14.18. Man, I had 11 on the lefty loosey. Let's see if we...
I forgot to include the sound. Sorry about that, guys. You want me to just restart it? I had it set differently. These are the smart urgers. I was listening to it the whole time. I realized I didn't click the button to set the sound for you guys. Sorry about that. Lots of stuff going on. I'm seeing the chat. Hog Rider reached out to me a little bit earlier about not having the thing set up yet, and I explained that's one of the great things about having the crew. It's like, thank you for checking up on me. I appreciated that, Hog Rider, and kind of keep me on track. So yeah, basically what happened was her dog died. Yeah, Valentine's Day. Let me set some stuff up real quick. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. I'll deal with that later. I got distracted. So I mean, I've been keeping you guys up to date, and I like to do the up to date part because it's an after. I'm sorry, that's just how my brain works. After action reviews. After action reviews on everything. Conflicts, a dog passing away, motorcycle crashes. I just taught an AD class to the church staff today, so I'm doing an after action review of like how I did it, what I do, what I want to do better. So I'm possibly going to go and get CPR, AED, and Stop the Bleed instructor certified because I feel like I need to have more of that information. That's kind of like how I started to become an MSF rider coach. Because I was teaching you guys, I was like, let's get the full information. Let's go all in. So always after actions. So the after action review of and it sounds pretty unemotional, but it is an emotional thing when it comes to her dog. 18 years, 18-year-old, so about like 17 years, 10 months, something like that. 18 years old, kidney failure, was, blood work was been done, for the last 2-3 years. It's been progressing. It is what it is. It got to a point where the signs and symptoms were happening. Lethargy. There's a lot of medical terms when it comes to a lot of this stuff that I have. I have the report and everything. Basically just like, muscle wasting, it started eating its own bone marrow to get nutrients. Like it just started doing like all the failure to thrive type stuff, failure to thrive. Yeah. And that's right. At least she lasted a long time, and my girlfriend had her for 15 years out of the 18. It was a rescue and all that stuff, but it started failing. And that was 2 weeks ago. It was a Friday night. We took her to the ER. Got the actual blood work, elevated everything like extreme with the signs and symptoms. So it basically shows, hey, this is not good. They even offered euthanasia at that point. And part of like what I like to do here on this channel, and what I like to be as a person, I have my mission, vision, value, virtue statement on a lot of these things, and it's really being an asset to those around you. When people have questions, either you know it or you find out. And thankfully, I've been able to fall back on a lot of my firefighter training. I've seen a lot of death and kind of like understanding processes and stuff like that. So she looked to me on like what to do, and in that moment, and I knew, from my understanding of who my girlfriend is and what I would do, because thankfully I picked somebody that has the same values that I have, is that we did not want to euthanize at that moment. So boom, decision made, planning our ride and all that stuff, right? What are we going to do? 3 things. We only have 3 things. What are we going to do? So boom, decision made, not euthanizing. Okay, cool. Now what's the next step? Comfort care. So I just stuck to the principle of comfort care. And for 2 weeks, I mean, you guys seen, like I've been noting, I've been trending, and I've been noticing the trend of it getting worse and worse and worse. What systems are going to start failing? What's this going to fail? And it got to the point Valentine's Day around 2:30 p.m. because I'm just sitting, hanging out. We were going to go to Flagstaff, but once again, comfort care, we're going to bring the dogs to the higher elevation, the 7,000 feet elevation change, with the dog being the way it is, would probably cause complications. So I made the decision, once again, make the decision. Hey, we're not going. I lost my money, for the Airbnb, couldn't get a refund, whatever it is. Doesn't matter. What's the principle involved? Comfort. That's what we're doing here. And so we stayed, and around 2:30 p.m. when she's out walking the other dogs, I was sitting with Mia. I noticed mouth breathing, which is not typical for dogs, and it looked a little bit more labored. She was already, not getting up, incontinent basically at that point, mouth breathing, and it's okay. It went away after repositioning. Okay, it went away after about 15 minutes in repositioning, and then it came back, and it took about 20 minutes. Then it it didn't, and then it went away. And then it came back, and it was 20 minutes, but the time between it happening and not happening was starting to shorten. So I was noticing the trends on that. And so I decided to, I called her the first time, and then she was like, "Hey, I don't want her to suffer anymore." And so, okay, cool, new decision. We decided to take her in around 4:30 p.m. on Valentine's Day, and it was a tough decision. Like, but that's the thing, is I was allowing my girlfriend to make the decision while providing as much information as I possibly could, while looking it up, trying to figure it out, learning way too much about dogs in the last 2 weeks, and also providing what I would do, if this was my dog. And so, yeah, euthanized on around 5 p.m. Valentine's Day, and yeah, so now, boom, decision, right? So then it's what's the grief gonna look like right now? So like that's my job. I'm doing like after actions of everything, and I'm able to pull myself away because I've only known the dog for a year, but you can kind of transfer some of those feelings to like my own dog that I've had for almost 12 years, and so it's like I pulled myself away to have my own emotional response, but provide hopefully some kind of foundation for my girlfriend to deal with her grief in this situation. So that was my weekend, and that's why I didn't have a live stream set up earlier and set up. So thank you, Hog Rider, for reaching out. Thank you guys for all the kind words. I will give my girlfriend a nice little hug from you guys, and now we have a picture and a small little memorial for her right at the front, and that's kind of where I'm at. But I'm here, guys. Like I said earlier today, I held an AED class for the church staff that I go to. So gave them an update on how to use the AED just in case. Yeah, death of a pet is extremely hard, and I always like to. I take it's something that I learned a long time ago, but somebody said it recently. I believe it was Alex Hormozy. I listen to him all the time for business stuff. If you're able to learn the work in one domain, you can apply that work to a new domain. So when it comes to grief and loss from a dog, you can apply all the work that you did to manage that loss to something else that you might lose. It's not the same. It's not the same like losing a dog versus losing a parent, or losing a dog, losing a wife, or a kid. Like, completely not the same. But you do know the process. You know how much work it's going to take. So you're not blindsided by the work. So you at least have something to hold on to. And I think that's why dogs are amazing, or any pet really, but for me it's dogs. Dogs are amazing because you get to have an awesome companion. It's short relative to humans, right? It's short, but you're able to have that and then also learn how to grieve. I think it's important for kids to have dogs, they're going to have to grieve when they're in their teens, whatnot. But it's a great lesson for that. And that's why we watch these crashes and close calls, because we understand the domain of how much work when it comes to managing stressful situations on the road. We're able to understand, like, hey, we put so much work into doing the drills, learning how to ride, learning a new skill, being competent in that skill, being confident in that skill, we know how much work it takes. Now apply that work that you did from nothing, not knowing anything, to being this confident rider, to a new thing, golf. relationships, your work at work, a new job. Like, you understand how much work it takes to get to where you want to be. And that's why I love motorcycle riding, because for me, I've started from absolutely nothing in November 2011. Never, I got a motorcycle, had it delivered. I didn't know how to ride, didn't have a permit, didn't have nothing, to the point where it's like, I'm here now. And all that work from then to here really shows me how much work it does take to get to a certain level in each steps, right? So I make sure I journal every step I'm at. And it's like, okay, so if I want to learn how to golf really well, and I know I'm switching from dog death to golfing here, but if I want to learn golf really well, I know how many hours, I know how much work, I know how much intent, I know how many failures I'm going to have, and you just keep at it with the process. And so that's what I really want you guys to kind of take away from a lot of the stuff that we do here, and a lot of the things that I do when it comes to building out the motorcycle training system that I have here, is that I'm providing you everything that I've learned in a package to where you're able to really just go through the process and just take your time. Do what's comfortable. You have me to help. And that's one thing about the Smart Rider crew. Once again, thanks for Hog Rider for reaching out. Thank you for everybody that's been hanging out with my story. And so, that's why I also share so much during these live streams. And that's why I love coming back to these live streams every week, because I get to share my stuff. So it allows me to communicate and get some of that emotional weight off. So thank you guys for having the space for that. And secondly, if you guys gather any insight, if you guys gather any, oh, I can apply this to my life, then I'm doing my job. I'm doing what I feel like I'm here for, is to share. And even if you pick 1% out of that improves your life, what a blessing. What a blessing. And so that's why I'm just constantly here. That's why I keep showing up, keep coming back, trying to make things better, easier to understand, have my voice in your head when you're riding, doing the plan method, like all those things. So it's like, that's what I'm here for. So thank you guys for being here. So it's a weird thing. It's like, you wouldn't be here if I didn't do well. So, I mean, it's a great feedback to the fact that you guys are here. So, and I hope you guys are learning too stuffs and things. And I've got a 11-year-old. Oh, you got some cats? I love cats. We were just talking about cats. We were talking about getting new dogs and pets and animals, sharing our own stuff, over the weekend, grief and everything. I used to have cats. I loved them. My first cat was named Hobbs. I was an adult when I got my first cat. I called him Hobbs because I loved Calvin and Hobbs. He was an orange tabby. And I had another cat named Dexter, another cat named Sarah. Yeah, it just didn't work out. That was the first, yeah. Anyways, but yeah, lots of stuff. Awesome, Chadwick Puffington. I love that. I love that name. You've been watching before you first started? Awesome. I'm glad. I mean, hopefully that's the thing, is like, everything I'm teaching about is such a principle-based way of learning, and principle-based, like, first principles of road traffic. So this can be applied. All this stuff can be, it's not the drills. I mean, that'd be kind of weird doing the drills in the car, but it can be applied to driving. The plan method it works for pretty much the plan method is a decision-making model. That's really what it is. It's based off the OODA loop. But I applied it directly and more specifically to motorcycle riding and driving. So, what do you think about the Kawasaki Concourse? Oh, geez, let's take a look. I don't even know what that is. See, that's the weird thing, is like, a lot of people, they focus heavily on the motorcycle. And if you notice me so far, I've focused heavily just on the person, the rider. I don't really have an opinion on this. Outside of, it looks giant. I mean, it's a sport touring bike. It's probably comfy. So when I see something like this, I just think, like the cruiser tourings, right? Now it's a sport bike touring. So my only concern is how comfortable it would be. It looks like the handlebars are raised pretty high, so that the ergonomics. There we go. That's a better one. I mean, that looks comfy, to be quite honest. It looks comfy. The only thing I like when it comes to like a big touring bike, the only reason why I'd ever get a touring bike is, for one, if that was my only vehicle and I needed to go everywhere with it, so I needed all that room, the saddlebags and like at least like maybe a top rack. But if I'm ever getting a big bike in my situation, because I drive a van, so I don't really need a big touring bike, it would be so I can take a passenger in a very comfortable way. And I really like cruiser touring bikes. Then again, this looks pretty cool because of the sissy bar. So the fact that you can actually add one. So either way, I think it'd be good. See, I would have to have like a top rack. Like if I was gonna get a big old bike, I'm gonna go all in if I'm gonna do that. ABS 1400 cc, so you're gonna be able to do long distance highway easy, cruise, as long as it's comfy, not a ton of wind in your. It's not like, it doesn't look like there's gonna be a ton of wind on you because you have the big fairings. It's gonna block a lot of the wind. It looks comfy. I mean, I don't know. I mean, what would be the difference between this and like a Goldwing? I mean, obviously the Goldwings, has a bigger everything. But I guess maybe this is like more of like that middle ground where you can easy in town and then also cruise long distance, and Goldwing is more like long distance stuff. I think a Goldwing is more of like a what is it? Like a big old semi truck. It's basically your spouse's commuting bike. Yeah, I mean, like that'd be great. It's the Goldwing's cousin. Looks like it would be comfy to travel on, but still have a little bit of kick when you need. Yeah, so that's what I'm thinking. So it's like the best of both worlds, but it doesn't specialize in either one. How you doing, Gary? How you doing? Wait, Gary, are we is that you, Gary? You sound familiar. One second. I don't know. I'll try. I'm getting sidetracked here. I gotta fix up a different screen over here. Just one second. Let's do. That's why. That's why. You doing great, Gary? Yeah, Gary. Because there's a different screen. So what I do for recordings when it comes to the screen, it's not showing up on my side. So I have to fix this real quick. I don't know what messed up. I don't know what messed up here. Let's see. Synology drive. I have to go through the whole thing. I just cam chipped my ultra limited. Love it now. So you're making upgrades already to your bike? Nice. Nice. Oh, I know what I did wrong. Boom, boom, boom. Oh. One second, guys. Sorry about this. You know what? Let's see, because I don't really record. Let me click. Okay, so that messed up. I wonder. No. Sorry, guys. One second. I don't know why it's doing this. It's messed up on my end. And that's the thing is like I switch between the Smart Rider Crew live streams, which tomorrow we're having a Smart Rider Crew meetup. I'm going to talk about some new certification processes that I have set up. So what I'm currently working on, and I pretty much have it all set up, is that I have some internal certifications that I'm going to be making for the Smart Rider Crew. U-turn, figure eight, low speed control, advanced control, and master control. Basically certifications. Some of them, it's basically basic, advanced, and master control certifications. I have some proficiencies in there, and it's all based on the Smart Rider drills. And so the whole goal of it is I'm going to be running an academy, and the academy is going to certify everybody in some really cool things. Let's do. I'm just not going to worry about it. I'm just not going to worry about it. Let's just do that. I'm not going to worry about it. So instead of the games, what we're going to be doing is an academy where I'm going to be going over a lot of the very core material. It's going to be an 8-week academy. And the idea is that I'm going to certify you guys, internal certifications. So at least you can showcase like, hey, I am an expert in these 5 drills, which will be U-turn. Might as well just, how about we just show you? How about I just show you what I'm talking about? I got the rough draft, but I have like a big document already. And the whole point is I'll just show you like what I currently have in very basic form. Because I have that, it's my filming list, basically, of all the stuff I'm going to be filming. So I'm going to go ahead and switch it out real quick. Oh, that's important. I might need that. 1 second, I'm going to do that. I'll do that later. I don't really care. Let's do this. Let's get to... Sorry, guys. I'm trying to, like, come back. I've been busy all day just doing some random things here and there. So this is... All right, so here's the drill list. All right. So, I mean, I got all this stuff. This is like what the new book. So I'm making a whole brand new... It's going to have all the same drills, but I'm going to format it a lot better to where it's now not just a collection of drills. It's here's your workout plan. Here's the proficiencies I want you guys to be good in. And here's the setup. So we're going to have a basic control certification page. So the U-turn proficiency page. I picked 5 drills that are very specific to U-turns. And so if you complete all these, and I'm going to explain how to do it because we're going to be submitting in the overview of everything. So do all 5 of these drills, boom, your U-turn proficiency. Figure 8, same thing, boom, boom. So if you do both of these, you have the basic control certification. These are all internal certifications. You can't take this to the DMV. It's not going to do anything. It's just more of like we're going to not compete, but it's like, let's all in the crew have a standard of this is what we can do. Same thing for advanced control. So we're going to have slow speed control proficiency. And it's going to be these drills, dynamic control. So these are like the hard and expert ones. Dynamic control proficiency. Now the master control, all 24 drills in a row. And that's the thing is you need to do all these in a row. No break. 5 drills in a row. And each drill is like max 20, 30 seconds. So, I mean, you're doing in less than 5 minutes. Let's give you 5 minutes. In less than 5 minutes, you're going to be able to complete all these drills. There's no speed component. You don't need to go fast. You just need to complete them. And so I'm working on an academy list to where we're going to go over it together, these drills, plus some other things. And, like Riding Smart, the book right there. So if you don't know how to ride yet, I'm going to get you ready to ride so you can do these proficiencies. Same thing with in-town stuff. So like all that ride-along stuff, in-town, highway, mountain, night riding, that's going to be included in the academy. The safety checklist can be included in the academy. The rescue is going to be included in the academy. So I'm working on an academy template, which I've been working on all week or all weekend because, I've been doing nothing other than being home. And so that's going to be set up to where in the spring and fall, we're going to be running an academy. We're going to be running an academy. I'm going to talk about this tomorrow during the crew meetup. And we're going to be running an 8-week. We're testing out the academy, seeing how it feels, getting good feedback. Thank you for everyone that's already in there, giving me good feedback. We're going to run 8 weeks. And then in the fall, I'm going to hopefully adjust it to it's a 12-week academy. And you can pop in, pop out if you really want to. But the first 4 weeks will be actually getting people how to ride a motorcycle and then doing these proficiencies in the last 8 weeks. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I tried so hard to find a parking lot where they won't call the cops on me. I usually even get the cones set up before the cops show up. That sucks. And that's one thing that I found, and the reason why I designed the drills is that you can use a small parking lot, but I've been able to utilize the drills at a dead-end street, like those big cul-de-sacs. I don't know if they call it something different in in Canada. But like something like this. Oh, jeez, I don't want to do this. So I was able to do the drills and set up the drills at like a dead end in a neighborhood like that. You just shared an interesting post. Okay. So I've been able to actually do the drills in something like that in this area right here. And so if you can find something like that and the neighbors don't get pissed off at you, I mean, it might work. And on the parking lots are full of speed bumps. That sucks. We just have some nice parking lots here. Oops, I did not want to get rid of that one. That's the first video of the day. Bring that back up. There we go. We'll just leave that up there. So you got a new thing in the crew. All right, let's take a look at that before we start on the videos, because I do have to make these videos and then edit them. I see it. So I've probably saved a life today. Oh, snap. I'm going to... Screw it. This is Eli. This is part of the crew, guys. So if you want to join the crew, it's $5 a month or $49 a year. You get access to everything. So I'm going to come back to that. But you get access to quite a bit. Let's go ahead and make it to where you view it as a member. You unlock it at level 3. There's a bunch of different stuff. I'm working on a private course right now. In fact, I'm just going to go ahead and delete that. Let's just go ahead and delete that course. Oh, I don't have to type it all in. But you get a bunch of stuff. I showcase when we have the live streams. We have a crew meetup tomorrow. We get the map right here of all the different members across the world. So join up, $5 a month. Here's the About section if you really want to look at it. You get a bunch of different things. Check it out. Links in the description. Let's do this. All right. So Elad, let's go ahead and point it out. We're here on live. Short story, I was on my way home after a long day in the office. Had music in my helmet as usual. Was already few junctions from my own home, but stood on a red light. A Wolt delivery guy on an e-bike was standing on the right lane next to me and started getting into the junction while our traffic light was still red, even though it was 2-3 seconds before turning yellow and then green. Once I've noticed him almost getting into the junction itself, I hit my police horn and scared the shit out of him, but made him stop until the traffic light actually turned green. On the next junction, the guy stops beside me, tells me sorry, but I know the traffic light's timing. I looked at him in my most police officer tone, told him, it's okay, you know that the light will turn green in a second or two, but what if a car tries to steal a red light and take you with it? Exactly. That's complacency. That right there. It's like, I already know everything's gonna be fine, and the light's on my arm. That's why I like doing it at 11. It's like, I already know, and I'm gonna go do this thing because nothing's ever happened to me. And that's complacency. And that's how when we ride motorcycles, that complacency can get us killed. When we drive, it can get us killed. For a police officer, it can get us killed. Hey, it's just another, traffic stop. It's just another thing. Firefighters, same thing. It's just a house fire. It's just a medical call. Those things can get you killed if you just treat every new light, every new situation as something that is new. It's just new. You never know what's going to happen. And this light, the shades right on my face, that's going to bother me all day. This whole live stream. Is there any way I can... No. Maybe if I do that. Now it's just too bright. That doesn't work. This is the best it's going to get. Did I just start? I just started Reximoto. We're going to get started. We've been live streaming for 38 minutes. Just doing some chats, getting everybody situated, getting everybody in. Make sure you guys hit that like button. We have 69 of you in here. Nice. Make sure you guys join. Hit that like button. If you want to join the Smart Rider crew, please do so. It's only $5. $5 a month. You get a lot of cool things. Check it out. We have 250 members in there. People are chatting all the time. Hog Rider, Elad, everybody is chatting in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and post the crew link in the chat. Boom. It was raining earlier today, and yesterday it was cloudy. So all of a sudden today it decides to be sun. This is why I like doing it 3 hours ago, the live stream, because I don't have this in my Maybe if I just stand back here, I think that'll work. I think that'll work. Gosh, it's like the most random. Which one is it? I need drapes or something. I need drapes. All right. So we're gonna get into this. Make sure you hit that. You click that link in the chat. Join the Smart Rider crew. Say hi to everybody. It's $5 a month. Try it out. Try it out. All right. So here we go. We're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna do this. We're gonna do this. So thank you guys for joining on Twitch. If you're on TikTok or whatever, click the link in the bio. Or come over to YouTube. Come say hi to me on YouTube. YouTube.com/DanDanTheFireman. Watch it on the YouTubes. All right. So we're going to go ahead and click that start button. We're going to hit that record button in 3, 2. Oh, we got to get the pen out. I almost forgot the pen. All right, let's see. Let's take a look. Let's get the pen out. Where are you at? There you are. We got the pen. Yep, we got the pen. Boom, boom, boom. 3, 2. Different color. You guys are distracting me. Different color today. I don't know. I like green. Green works well. You can see green pretty good. All right. I mean, I could do this. Distracting me. I mean, red. Looks a little mean. All right. Green gang. Gosh, remember gang? Anyways, here we go. 3, 2, 1. All right, everybody. We have a Moto Stars. 1 second. Make sure. Okay, audio's good. Let's go ahead and start that over. What is up, everybody? We have a Moto Stars video. Let's turn that down just a tiny bit. What we're going to be doing is going over some crashes and close calls to make sure that we know what to do differently. So if you're a new rider, pay attention. Let's take a look. We're going to try to rush through that. That's not a good idea. He's going to lose all this traction. Keep it up, keep it up, keep it up, keep it up. Okay. Are we going to learn our lesson here? So real quick, what did he do wrong? What did he do wrong? Well, first of all, we're taking a high risk. Remember, we got to be planning our ride. Are we in a position for safety here? Not really. I mean, we're in the blind spot here, but going into that gap, definitely not. It's a hazard situation. We become the relevant threat, and we are the actual active threat. So if we're the problem, maybe we should not be the problem by slowing it down, not taking these crazy risks. Now, what happened, though? So he's going to accelerate. He accelerated and swerved extremely hard at the same time. Look at he's fishtailing. He's basically drifting into that spot. He's already doing it right here. He's doing it right here. He's doing it right here. When did he lose that traction originally? About right here. So he accelerated really hard to swerve into that. So remember when we talk about the 3 things we can do in an emergency situation. So pretend this is an emergency situation, right? We can swerve, we can brake, or we can accelerate. What he's doing here is swerving extremely hard and accelerating extremely hard. And the road could be wet, right? So we have different factors involved. So if the road's wet, maybe don't do so much like this. Don't put yourself in this situation. But if it's an emergency situation, we can do those 3 things. Now, here's the problem. We can't do all 3 at the same time. It's going to be difficult to do 2 at the same time. We only have so much traction on our tires to do these things. If you accelerate really hard, using a lot of traction on that rear tire so you can move. Like the tire has to grab the road for you to move. So it's using a ton of the tire grippiness to go. Now, we're also doing the same thing when it comes to turning. It needs the front tire a lot of grippiness, and it still needs the grippiness when you're accelerating, but we're doing both at the same time. It's just going to cause a loss of traction, especially with the factor of it being wet. So you see how all these different factors are coming involved? Now, why do we have to do this in the first place? Because we wanted to go through the gap. Let's just not go through the gap. Just slow it down. Let the bus switch over to the new lane. It's the open lane pattern we'll talk about. But very, very lucky. Now, right here, there's not much you can do. Roll off the throttle. Hold on. Hope. I don't want to live on hope when I'm riding a motorcycle. I really don't. It's not a good idea. All right, so here we go. We're gonna go through, oh, loss of traction. So kind of the same concept there is that we are pushing the tires to its limit. Let's go back just a little bit. So right here, we're coming up, we're using our indicators maybe, I don't know. We're gonna go ahead and make a left-handed turn, okay? Make a left-handed turn. Possible gravel, you see how there's gravel all over the place. We pushed it pretty hard. We lost traction on the rear tire. What else could that be instead of gravel or wet road? It could be our rear tire. It could be our rear tire's tread is not good. Our PSI is too low. And I'm assuming it's a stunter, so maybe our PSI is really low. So it's very easy to do that wheelie. So this is why we really need to make sure that we have our bike in good condition before we start taking action. And then no gloves, not a good idea. Now, did he protect his bike really well? Yeah. Look, he's got crash guards. Yeah. Here we go. So intersection, we're going to go ahead and lane filter in between. It's a oh, whoa.
Ama güzelim böyle gelirsen yani.
Broken handlebar. Look at that. I really want to point that broken handlebar. That piece came off. So when it comes to like a motorcycle handlebar, right? So the right side, I mean, if they're clip-ons, it could have broken off. But like that snapped the handlebar in half. Now, if it snaps that handlebar in half, what do you think it's going to do to your radius and ulna? What do you think it's going to do to your elbow, your humerus? What it's going to do to your hands? Like that amount of force, if it breaks a piece of metal like that, you don't think it can break your arm? So that's how dangerous this stuff can be. This is why we're trying to learn from all these people. But what happened here is that we're coming up to a red light. We're going to lane filter. And we have an idiot right there not paying attention. Not paying attention. Look, and it smacked his arm pretty hard. It broke the handlebar. So there's the impact. So if it hit his arm first and then his hand went through and broke the handlebar, we're talking hand fractures also. Like this is a lot. All because somebody was not paying attention. So, us as the rider, wearing as much gear as possible, can't really anticipate this. If it hits the elbow, hopefully you have elbow protection, that D30 armor or whatever it is. Hopefully it mitigated some of that impact. Still, you're going to have some injuries. You're still going to have injuries. This guy didn't really do anything wrong. He was probably lane filtering, maybe legal there. That guy, pretend that's us. Now, if that's us, why would we do this? Not paying attention. Not paying attention. It's a red light. Why are we going through the red light that fast anyways? Maybe looking at our phone, maybe not riding with a good state of mind, doing the safety checklist. Make sure you check your mind. Make sure you're in a good position for safety in the mindset. Maybe he's not paying attention. Maybe he's angry. Maybe whatever. That's why you got to pay attention, guys. Because you could be killing yourself or killing someone else. All right, here we go. Nasty N8. Everyone going fast on the highway, having fun. Once again, impacting our buddy. Bike's going to want to stay up until it doesn't. Person going hundreds of feet on the ground. So there we go. We have the impact from the guy in the middle. Hits the guy on the back. Look how bad this is. Look how bad this is. That guy's going to drop.
Why many people give up on group riding.
Yeah.
Understanding that such
That's why I gave up on group riding. A lot of idiots. Look how far that body is traveling on the ground. Yeah, the bike is the bike. Now, what do we do? What do we do? We remain calm the best we possibly can, and we have to ensure our own safety. So obviously trying to avoid all this road debris. So now our new goal, our only goal is, hey, I got to remain calm. I have to make sure I avoid all this road debris. And if you want to stop any major bleeds or help out on the scene with these motorcycle riders, you need to pull over on the side of the road and get that training to stop the bleed. Okay, stop, direct pressure, apply tourniquet, pack the wound. Overall, bad situation. He's not going to be doing good. Not going to be doing good. Everyone shows the bike, but what happened to the human?
In this situation,
all right, here we go.
They made a few serious mistakes. Caused a total panic.
Total panic in the lean, so lost traction, leaned a little bit too far. You hear a little scraping, that means we leaned it really far. If you're scraping peg on a sport bike, you're leaning real far. You're pushing the bike right, the peg is like, hey, you're at the limit. Treat it that way. Now, why would you have to lean so far? See, you notice how when we see something here and I ask you this question, why are we leaning this far? That should be a question you need to ask yourself too if you're ever in this situation or any situation. Ask yourself why. Be that little annoying kid that's always asking why. Do that to yourself because you're going to start going down the rabbit hole of what you're doing. So why are we leaning this far? Are we going so fast that we have to lean that far to make this turn? Are we trying to keep up with our buddies that have higher skill and you see that they're leaning really far, so I will start leaning really far, but maybe they have a different skill set. They're leaning that far because they actually have control of the motorcycle with good body angle. And so you're just copying, but you're not copying the full set of learning and training skills that they've had. Like, why are you leaning so far? And these open up questions, because if that's the case, if you're leaning that far because you're seeing your buddy lean that far, but you know that they've taken like an advanced riding course or they've done track days, that should tell you, oh, if I want to be like them, I must do the work that they did to get to where they're at, versus I'm just going to copy what I think they're doing. You need the full skill set. So keep asking yourself why. There's nothing wrong with that. That gives you a plan. Gives you a plan to get better. And that's why we're watching these crashes and close calls, because we can ask these questions why. It's not to make fun of or do anything like that. It's to understand what they did not do, what we can do and not do. Oh, pay attention. Once again, why? Why did he do that? Let's take a look.
Yeah.
Why did we do this? What is everybody doing? They're passing that car. We're in the middle of the lane. This is where it'd be a good idea if we're riding as the camera guy to position ourselves off more to the right to just let them in, because I don't want to crash, because this is a hazardous situation. So why was that? Look at that guy. He's looking down. He's looking down. He looks up. Oh, panic. So don't do what that guy did. You're in the middle of the road. You are traveling right now. What are you looking at? If your shoelace is untied and you feel it getting all messy, pull over, then look at it. You're in the middle of the road. Just pull over and look at it and be like, oh, it's not a big deal. I can get back on. Or it's like, oh, crap, it's a big deal. I need to take care of it. Thankfully, I'm taking care of it on the side of the road versus in the middle of the road. Don't get distracted. Don't get distracted. Okay, if you want to do wheelies, but please wear gear just in case, because something crazy like this can happen. Snap an ankle, hit the shoulder, wear full gear. Oh, good job on the brakes. It is considered a crash because we did impact something else. It is what it is. But good job with the progressive braking. Remember, we're trying to find out what they did right. Also, hey, what the heck is this guy's problem? Now you can do whatever. I'm not a self-defense instructor here. I'm a motorcycle safety instructor. You can do whatever you want here, because I would not tolerate somebody grabbing my arm and smacking me around. You guys, you do whatever you want. Whatever you want. All right? Do whatever you want. Don't be touching me. Exactly. Don't be touching me. First thing is get off the bike, because you lose your legs when you're sitting on the bike. All right, let's just watch and see what happens. Thankfully, somebody pops out. It's like, hey, old man, you idiot. Get out of here. Getting aggressive road rage. Thankfully, there's some good people. What is he doing with his bike? He's getting his gloves. Okay. Or his phone. All right, moving on. Great cinematic view. I love it. Okay, watch out for tram tracks. Anybody want merging over to you? Tram tracks. Oh, what did he do wrong, guys? I talk about this. Thankfully, we have a new example of what happened. So he's checking his hand because he hit his hand. Okay, so you're going to have an injury to the hand. What did he do? What did he do?
Tracks.
What went wrong here?
Okay.
Oh, that sucks. That's a scary thing. Now, this can happen in Arizona with tar snakes. If you guys know anything about tar snakes, it's basically a crack in the road that they put some tar in there. But if it gets hot in the summertime, it gets a little mushy. So you still have a crack. So big scary thing. So what can we do differently? Okay, so we're coming up to here. He just kind of went like this. And the tires went inside. At least the front tire went inside, grabbed it, moved it, twisted it, fell down. Okay, it is what it is. So if we're going to be needing, because you see how this is going away. Let's say it just keeps going away and it ends up like that. If you keep staying here, you're going to get into that, right? So he was making the decision to switch over. What you want to do, instead of what he did, instead of doing this and just kind of going into it, what you want to do is come up to here and be like, I need to get in between these two. So what I'm going to do is, pew, nice little swerve over it. Now, when you do that little swerve, that little directional steering, what you're doing, instead of the tire, here's the tire, right? Instead of here's the tire, here's the tram track, instead of kind of getting into it, you're making an actual adjustment to cross. And you see how now the tire, this is the tire, now it's not able to fall inside. It can fall inside like this. It won't be able to fall inside like that. So now you're actually going over it. So that's one of the things that you want to be able to do with these tram tracks. Okay? So he made the mistake of just kind of cruising to get the tire stuck.
Luckily the rider is okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
troia.
See you later, Colin.
No, tutto a posto. Ah. Man. Sono scivolato sul binario.
All right, here we go. What are we doing here? Practicing some wheelies? Nice little corner to practice some cornering skills. Not a big deal. Oh, yeah, wheelies. A little bit of a wheelie. Hey, Colin Cart. 22 months. Thank you for being a member here.
I got it on film.
Yeah, I got it on film. Let's take a look at the actual footage of him eating it right there. Let's take a look. Oh, geez. There's the wheelie. There's the wheelie off in the corner. When looped it, there's the impact. All right. So, I mean, they're in a closed area. Not a big deal. Just like you'd practice the Smart Rider drills.
I got it on film.
It's just that we're doing the wheelies on this part. So, lower risk, no traffic. Good. White pickup stopped in the road. Oh, yeah, you never know. I don't know if we're speeding up the camera or not, or we're actually going this fast. But you never know what's around the corner. So when we see that, we're going to slow it down very good, move off to the side. You don't know why they stopped. Could have been a road surface hazard in front of them that you didn't see. So good job slowing it down, getting around them. Good job on that one. Always be aware, just in case something like that is popping up. Clutch CJ, how we doing? Oh, not so well. Not so well. Oh, and that bike is done. That bike's done. That bike's done. Oh, crap. Yeah, just stop. Let's take a look.
Can you stop? Get out! Get out of the car! Get out of the car!
Oh, they might be drunk.
Get out of the car! Get out of
Can't pull up to the side.
I'm not moving right now. I can't carry this. Stop moving! Stop! Get out of the car! Get out of the car, please! Just get out of the car!
They're going to try to take off, aren't they?
Just get out of the car!
See how she's shaking? A lot of adrenaline. Hopefully she's not hurt, because if she is, that adrenaline could be masking a lot of that. But, the bike is the bike. It is what it is. You're alive. You're alive. Now, try to get a good camera angle on their license plate just in case they take off.
Where are you going?
He's taking off. He's taking off. He's drunk. It's a drunk driver. Run and get to the license plate as quick as possible. Oh, maybe he's getting to the parking lot. All right. Here we go. Oh, side of the vehicle got a nice little impact.
The rider and caught him completely off guard.
Did you notice? Okay, he said, did you notice, like, cut him off and everything? But I want to point out something that is very specific to the rider here. Let's take a look. What do you see here? There's a pop quiz for everybody in the chat and in the comments. Pop quiz. 3, 2, 1. What do you see that could be a factor in how we did not see that car? Take a look. What do we got here? What do we got here? 3, 2, 1. We got sun in the eyes. We got sun in our eyes. Intersection and glare. Very nice. Guys, we have sun in our eyes. You can see it right at the top, the rays coming down. This is why I wear sunglasses when I'm riding my motorcycle. I have sunglasses and then I have the actual clear visor over it, so I have none of the wind and possibly debris, but the sunglasses themselves. So and they're polarized. They say not to wear polarized, but I've never seen a real issue with that. It makes like white vehicles look pink for some reason. I don't know. Anyways, but it reduces a lot of the glare. Because look at, where did the car come out? From the shadow. You couldn't see. Couldn't see the sun in the eyes, and all of a sudden the car comes out in the shadow. So now it's a pretty scary situation. This is why it's so important to have that vision and being aware of all these possible situations. Now, let's say you're unaware. It was just a complete mistake. What can we do here? He's reaching for that front brake. He's going for an emergency progressive braking. Remember, swerve, brake, or accelerate are the only three things we can do on a motorcycle that will have an effect. We can rev bomb, we can honk the horn, we can scream, we can jump off the bike, we can lay it down, whatever it is. Those don't have really good positive effects, and they're not very effective. The only thing that we can do are those three things, okay? So he's trying to move, trying to swerve, all that stuff. If we just applied the brakes and went straight, maybe we would have missed it. So he tried something. I'll give him that he tried something. Tried something as best he possibly can. I prefer you try something versus freeze. In a dangerous situation, high adrenaline case, you either freeze, fawn, fight, or flee. I can't do that without holding my finger. So those are the four things, the four F's that you can do. So I would rather you fight. I'd rather you do something. I don't want you freezing, because when we're traveling on a motorcycle, freezing, you're still traveling. So you can't freeze. You can freeze, stand still, but you can't freeze when you're traveling on a bike. So you have to do some of the other things. And my best option here is fight. Fight for the new position for safety. Fight to get yourself a braking, accelerating, swerving. You have to fight. All right, so sun in the eyes also. Okay, did a nice little pass over this person. Are they going to get mad? Karen rant, he overtook her. Okay, it is what it is. Fight, freeze, fawn, flee. Now, in this one, you can fawn.
What did he do?
If you guys don't know any of this stuff, is look it up, the 4 F's in an emergency situation. You can fawn, just be kind, be like, oh, I'm sorry, little lady. It's okay. And it usually solves the problem. Hey, what's up, dude? 3/4 helmet, don't recommend. You see how you can't protect everything? Getting a little angry? Don't get a little angry. Shit happens, dude. Don't get angry. Shit happens. Walking TH dog. Okay, I want to point out here, it is what it is. Road rage. You do your thing. Don't escalate. If you want to escalate, make sure you can back it up. It is what it is. I wouldn't want to escalate, because how am I going to back up the simple fact that I'm on a motorcycle and they're in a big truck? They're bigger than me. They're going to beat me up with the truck. Don't want to deal with it. But I want to point out the 3/4 helmet, because we do talk about safety here. Part of the Smart Rider principles, acquiring and use personal protective equipment. Not much motorcycle safety gear here. And this is typically a Harley rider look. And it looks great. I love it. It looks great. I have my own 3/4 helmet that I used to ride back in the day. I had the fake little visor. Still, that's the protection. You notice how it doesn't protect any of the chin? It doesn't protect the face. It only protects the base of the skull and the top of the head. So it protects the skull, but not the vital parts of the face. Now, we get hit, we go face first, we crash, whatever it is, airway, gone. Airway, gone. Now, you might have an intact skull, but if your airway's gone and nobody's there to help you and you can't get reconstructive surgery and all this other stuff, you're going to lose your airway. You're going to choke to death. So I don't recommend 3/4 helmets. I used to do a lot of different videos. I used to say, hey, there's half helmets, 3/4 helmets, full face, modular helmets. You pick what you want to pick. I'm going to come out and just say it. I don't recommend half helmets. I don't recommend 3/4 helmets. I think that, yes, we're in America. You can choose, and you have the freedom to choose and take all the risks you want. I don't want that. If my kid was going to ride a motorcycle, nope. Full face. Full face, and you're taking the whole Smart Rider motorcycle training system that I've developed. Little young Daniel Jr. You're gonna do all this. Okay? Full face helmet. Modular helmet, that's okay. Modular helmet, put it down in full face. Only flip it up when you're off the bike. Like literally off the bike. You're walking into a Circle K or a QT. And you just want to flip it off. You don't want to take the helmet off because you're listening to music or whatever. Or in your parking lot practicing Smart Rider drills. That's it. Full face. Protect everything. Okay? That's what we're going to learn from this one. Road rage is road rage. Regulate your emotions. It is what it is. At least he has the D-ring clasp. What's gonna happen here? You're an adult, you can make your own decisions. It's not what I would do, but just because I don't do it doesn't mean I'm gonna judge. You do you. All right, here we go. Yammy boy. Uh-oh, side of the vehicle. It's coming out, coming out, coming out, coming out. It's turning its wheels. Okay, where's the gap? Where's the escape? Good. Thankfully, everybody did a good job. That's a terrible situation, terrible to see, but that is the side of the vehicle. That is a pattern. Side of the vehicle, open lane pattern. What else? Write in the comments. I know I'm missing something. We got to move on. Write in the comments. But those are the two main ones that we see all the time. Side of the vehicle means that somebody's going to come out in front of you. It's a simple pattern. It's a simple pattern to figure out. It's the side of the vehicle. We're going to hit them. Durr. That's simple. Firefighter, we had to color code our straps. Okay? It is what it is. We're dudes. We need something simple. That's the side of the vehicle. They're going to come out. Now, what do? We're cruising at a good speed. We're with our friends. Now we start worrying about our friends. Once again, remain calm. Okay? Remain calm. It works for everything. Plan our ride. Are we in a good position for safety right now? We have plenty of space. We can start making adjustments. We located a hazardous situation. It's a corner. Corners and intersections are hazardous intersections or hazardous situations. This is 2 of them in one. Ooh, pretty scary. Let's bring that back up. Assess relevant threats. Right now, it can be a threat. It's not an active one. Now, why is it not an active one yet? It's a relevant threat. That's going to make my butthole pucker a little bit. It's not an active one because it's not in our lane. It's not in our lane yet, but it looks like it's going towards it. So I'm going to be more safe than sorry. And I'm going to start doing progressive braking right now. I'm going to slow it down just in case I have to do emergency braking. I'd rather do emergency braking at a slower speed than a high speed. Also, I'm going to start looking for my escape paths. So if I can't slow down enough in time, where can I go with my bike? Once again, brake, accelerate, swerve are the 3 things we can do. So we come up to here. We're constantly making adjustments, right? Okay, cool. He's now getting into our lane. That's an active threat. Even though he's just a little, just a tiny bit, just a tiny, tiny, tiny bit over the line. Just a tiny bit. Still an active threat. You shouldn't be in the line. You're getting towards my lane. Don't like it. Where's my escape path? Where can I go to? I can go to the right, because if I go left, I'm going to run right inside of the vehicle. So I'm going to go right. But I'm still going to be, I have all this room here. I have this big space cushion. It's diminishing. You know, I paused it, but it's diminishing. So how do I buy myself time before I have to make the decision? Same thing with life. You get angry, your girlfriend pisses you off. Do you immediately respond? Probably. Maybe, do you think you should probably pause? Probably pause before you say something stupid? Probably pause before your anger takes over how your words come out? Pause. Slow down. Same thing with motorcycle riding. Hey, we're getting to here. I need to slow down so I can make a better decision. So I'm going to start doing progressive braking still. Progressive braking and looking for the right thing to do. Just like pause and think of the right words to say to your girlfriend. I'm going to go ahead and slow down and try to find the right escape path. So I'm going to go ahead and go over here, doing exactly what he did, right? He switched over. Now, thankfully, he kept going, but if he was halfway into our lane, we found the escape to the right. Very good. Very good. And that's the thing, guys. We tell you not to ride on the lines because, you know, you're turning and lines are slippery. Not most of the time. Not if you're going straight. Not if you're slamming the brakes. So, or not, they are if you slam the brakes, but if you're just going straight and you're cruising, it's usually not a big deal. We go over the lines all the time. So you can find, if you really need to find an escape path, aim for the line. Do your best to just ride the line. It's a good little marker on the road to show, like, this is what I need to do. And if you have a decent shoulder, it's like, okay, then get in between. Get on the shoulder. So if you ever want to practice when you're out riding in town, there's no traffic, there's nothing, and it's a 2-lane road, and there's like those slotted lines, or you're off to the side, you know, every now and then, just be like, I'm cruising down here. It's like, you know, I'm going to see if I can maintain this line for like 100 feet. See if I can ride the line at 45 miles an hour. You'll be surprised what you can do. All right, we spent a little time on this one. Let's move on. All right, NPC car enters the chat. Everyone calls him. Ooh, what was the pattern? We just saw the side of the vehicle pattern. What's going to be this pattern right here, everybody? We just saw the side of the vehicle pattern. What's going to be this pattern? I mean, outside of a terrible driver, right? So it looks like the driver got into that lane and swerved hard left. Open lane pattern. Open lane pattern applies to somebody just regular driving or riding in traffic, and they switch lanes to the open lane. It also applies for people going super fast, acting like idiots, not wanting to hit the vehicle in front of them because everybody's considered slow at this point. So they want to switch to the open lane. Didn't see the motorcyclist. Not a good driver. Swerved hard into that motorcycle rider. They wanted to get into the open lane so they didn't have to be stuck here. That car driver is what motorcycle riders do all the time. If I had to bet, this car driver is a motorcycle rider. And he's one of those motorcycle riders that likes to act like idiots. Or he's just a straight car driver that lives in the car scene that acts like an idiot and does this kind of stuff just in cars. But we see a lot of motorcycle riders doing this. Now, it does look a little intentional. We can apply malice to bad behavior, or we can just say this is bad behavior. I don't like to apply malice unless it's very obvious, unless that person's like, I'm going to kill you, then I can apply malice. But I always like to assume that people are just dumb. I like to apply intelligence. I like to apply, this guy is just a shitty driver. Low education. Makes me feel better. Because not everybody's out there to kill you, but there's a lot of dumb people out there. So good job, though. I'm going to go ahead and go back just a little bit. Good job on the rider. You notice that? He swerved. He's swerving. As soon as he saw it, he's swerving. Good job. Good job. Now, I'm not saying it's not malice. It's not, maybe there was a road rage incident and this guy sped up to do this to the motorcycle rider. Very possible. I just seen so many, and I've lived a decent life where I've seen a lot of humans, and most of the time, bad things happen because there's a lot of dumb people. It sucks. Now let's see. Maybe there's this. Oh no, there isn't. Okay, I'm grateful I didn't ruin anyone's day, and very lucky they're to not be. Okay, I'm not gonna read that. All right, because we're looking at the ground. There's no point. So he went a little too fast around the corner. We're not set up for this turn. Is he gonna hit the? No. Okay, it is what it is. Ooh, a little bit of a panic. Little bit of a panic. So what happened here? We're going into an intersection. Let's see if we can get it all the way back to where we can start this clip. All right. I think we've seen this one before. Let me know if we have, but I remember, for some reason I remember this unless it's just so common. We have a shadow being portrayed of us in front of us. That means the sun's at our back and it's pretty low. That's why it's a long shadow. So more than likely, the car driver didn't see us. Blinded by the light. Okay, I think that's where I remember it. But just blinded by the light. Now, for the motorcycle rider, good job on having your phone GPS on here. That's what I do. I have a rock form mount, link in the description for a discount code for that. I use it for that specific reason, so I know that GPS is coming. But what do we have here? We have an intersection. Once again, that's a hazardous situation. Intersections and corners. We're rolling up to an intersection. Scary, dangerous. Corners, not really, not scary. It can be, but it's relatively dangerous for motorcycle riders. Those two places are the most common places motorcycle riders crash. Failure to negotiate, or getting hit, or T-boning a car in intersections. That's really what it is. So if we are coming up to this, we are prepped and ready just in case. Covering those brakes, finding the escape paths, doing all that stuff, anticipating a car turning right in front of us, like this, or a car turning left in front of us. Those are the ways that we can get hit. Okay? Hopefully no cars going left to right, running red lights, right? Hopefully none of that. But that's also another way we can get hit. More than common, though, are these two situations. So we're covering the brakes, getting ready for progressive brake pressure. We are anticipating somebody being dumb. Okay? No malice, just being dumb. We're getting up to here. Oh, somebody's coming out. Okay, you can kind of see it. Now we need to apply the brakes. Progressively. This was a little bit of a panic. That's why we lost traction. good job not hitting somebody. It's a close call. Close calls are not great, but they are better than crashes. So good job making a crash into a close call. Now what can we improve on as a rider? This is going to show you, hey, I survived. This is great. Be grateful. But I need to practice my progressive braking because I don't want to be in this situation again. And with progressive braking, the thing is you're going to slow down quicker than panicking. So it's going to be an improvement on your stopping distance. It's going to be an improvement on your skill base. It's going to be an improvement on the fact that maybe you're going to have less close calls. This is just an eye-opener. It's just going to let you know, hey, I need to practice this. Now, us as the viewer here in the classroom eating some pizza and watching people do this stuff, this is supposed to tell you, hey, since they had this issue, and thankfully I haven't yet, maybe I should be practicing my braking so I never have this issue.
Yo!
You're welcome, Cloud. Thank you for being here. What's up with the transitions? Beautiful area. Are we blacking out? Oh, I think we blacked out for a second there. Good job on the driver seeing that and slowing down. Slow it down if we're doing this. Once again, that's to let you know. This is AI. Yeah.
Don't worry, you're fine. We just need to get you checked out. Your ego is probably more hurt than anything.
One second. I mean, this definitely looked like AI, and here's why. The movement of that motorcycle does not flow like that, and read his shirt. That's probably there's some real shirts out there like that, but that's a weird helmet. Not good movement. But what she says, I've said that before, especially when somebody's like, not that badly hurt, but they're freaking out because their bike is destroyed. And it does say Sora, so I knew that, but right away.
Don't worry, you're fine. We just need to get you checked out. Your ego is probably more hurt than anything.
I've said something like that it is what it is. MotoStars, are we going to start posting AI videos on here? That's kind of interesting that we're going to be doing that. Oh, e-bike. A little e-bike crash. Why are we in the middle of the road? One sec. Remember what I said about 3 things that we can do? We can swerve, accelerate, or brake. Okay. Yeah, hi, lady. So, if we want to be like bicycle riders, it's pretty common around everybody that's bicycle riders. Do you want to be treated like a car and share the road, or do you want to be treated like a pedestrian? Which one is it? You can't have both. You can't have the benefits of being a pedestrian. It's like nobody can hit me. I can do whatever I want. If you're a car, there's some road rules you have to follow. So if it's a green light, you need to be on the road if you want to be treated like that. Now, if you're a pedestrian and you're walking, should you be walking at this point? I don't know. I mean, maybe the sign says yes. I don't know. It probably is because it's green here. But it's like, which one do you want? So pick that. Now, when it comes to this, why are you stopping? I get it. It's like somebody's coming at me, so I'm going to stop. But you have to think, what position am I in? If I was on the sidewalk and this was happening, sure, stop. I'm in the lane that person wants to go into. So why am I stopping in the lane that the person wants to go into while they're traveling towards that spot? So remember, 3 things: accelerate, brake, or swerve. So in this situation, why am I stopping? I need to pedal as best I can to get out of it or swerve to the right. Because stopping can work if I'm still on the sidewalk or I'm ahead of this vehicle and whatever. Why are we stopping? Yeah, panicked. Thank you. It's a panic stop. People are panicking. Now, why are you panicking? Because you don't have the training. When you are in an emergency situation, you fall back on your lowest level of training. Your lowest. So if you've never trained, you're basically untrained in a situation. If you are trained and you've been practicing, you're gonna do something like you just started training, but at least you have the knowledge of what you're doing. So that's why it's a consistent practice of training, and getting better and better and better. Here, we just panicked and we stopped because we're not aware, hey, we're stuck in this lane. And there's the impact.
Pull up.
Now, is it the car's fault? Yes. I don't. Everyone keeps saying, like, keep blaming the rider. It's like, no, the responsibility of the rider's safety is the rider's.
Pull up right there.
If a car or somebody does something stupid, it's on them. It's their fault. But I'd rather make it home than be like, I'm right and dead.
What?
Student driver? Was that a student driver? Because I'm seeing some stickers on the white car and it looks like he's following. Yep, it says driver. So once again, it wasn't malice. It's just an idiot driver. And most people that are learning a new skill are idiots. In terms of like the skill, they might not be idiots elsewhere. But when you're trying to learn to ride a motorcycle, the very first, it's a tough term to say, but if you're just now starting to learn to ride a motorcycle, you're an idiot when it comes to riding. Keep learning and you're not going to be an idiot anymore. So this person right here is learning to drive. He's an idiot. I'm going to use that term. He's an idiot when it comes to driving. Simple. Now, here's the problem. You're going to have people that have been driving for 20 years that has the same skill level as this guy. And so they're idiots. So this is why you need to constantly, continuously learn more and more and more when you're doing something that actually has life-altering or life-ending risks. So you're not an idiot riding a motorcycle. You're not an idiot driving a car. So this guy hit this person because he's an idiot driver.
Bro, what are you talking?
I'm an idiot when I start something new.
I'm in the sidewalk. Huh? My bike did. I just want to check it out.
That guy just doesn't want to do paperwork.
Get that story
Is he eating?
on the sidewalk. Bro. Come on now, dog. That's your teacher?
We specialize in nervous... Yeah, he's gonna be real nervous next time he's getting on that, behind that wheel.
Si eres un maestro. Eres un maestro.
All right, guys, don't be idiots. Make sure you guys grab the links in the description and have this whole Smart Rider motorcycle training system. It takes you from zero to basically every book. Learning how to rescue, learning everything, the drills, everything. Check it out. Or if you want to be part of the Smart Rider crew and have a slice of pizza, check that link out. It's only $5 a month. It helps pay for the pizzas. With that said, I hope you guys ride safe, be safe, and I'll see you guys on the next live stream. Jeez. We had a freaking AI video in that one. An AI video. If you're not nervous, then you will. See you later, Cloud. Thank you for that departing comment. If you're not nervous, you will be. We got 2 more videos, guys. Don't leave just yet. I am having to adjust something real quick. Let's take a look. Let's do this. Let's do this. Okay. Let's do that. Yeah, I had an issue. There we go. Much better. Perfect. Figured it out. All right, let's make sure this looks good. This looks good. That looks good. This looks good. That looks good. That looks good. All right, very good. Very good. Sweet. Gonna get a quick shower. BRB. Have some funs in the showers. My driving instructor always said 90% of people are surviving on the exit. Yes. 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 Isn't that nuts? And what that means is that people have just enough skill to get on the road. That's it. Not enough skill to swerve, not enough skill to handle emergency situations, not enough skill to handle, somebody cutting them off. So think about that. When people are surviving and somebody threatens their survival, how angry do you think they'll be? And that's why you see so much road rage. That's why you see so many people acting like idiots. Because everyone's just surviving. And that's the whole point, is I want you guys to get from surviving on a motorcycle to thriving, so that you can handle emergency situations, so you can handle all these crazy things. Because once you are able to handle those things, your emotional capacity expands. You're not going to get incredibly angry at dumb drivers, because you can now look at those people like they're just dumb idiot survivors trying to like make it on the road, and I'm over here an expert on the bike. It's like, why would I be angry at children driving on the? You should be angry at children driving on the road, but why would I be angry at that when I'm the one that's taking responsibility and being better? Yeah, it's just, I don't know, so many people are surviving. That's life too. Once again, you can apply all this stuff to life. You can apply all these things that I talk about to life. Oh, fun story, Hog Rider. So like, still working on road rage and all that. It was it Monday? No, it was Sunday. No. When was it? I don't know. It was one of these days. And I was driving my van. A little bedtime story here, guys. I was driving my van, having, just doing some errands. I'm out and about doing some errands. I think it was Friday. Doing some errands. And it's now time. I'm in the middle lane of a 3-lane road, right? So we're all traveling the same direction. I'm in the middle lane. I need to get in the left lane. And there's a lot of traffic. And so what I always do, and I tell you guys, put on your indicator. So I put on my indicator, did not move over. I just put on my indicator, let it sit for about a couple seconds. I see somebody kind of close in my blind spot because I did a check. I'm like, let's see if they see that I want to merge, and maybe let's see if they'll let me in. Because if not, I'll get behind them. Not a big deal. Or I'll miss my turn at the intersection coming up. That's where I have to go. I'll just go to the next one. Not a big deal, right? It is what it is. But I'm gonna put my indicator on now. And so I see the car back up. I'm like, oh, cool. They let me in. Oh, very nice. So I look in my mirror while I'm doing my turn. I look forward, look in my mirror, look in my forward. So I'm making sure I'm not hitting anybody. And I see in the mirror, the side view mirror, this lady just flipping me off. And so I'm like, what the? Like, I gave you an indication. You backed up. I assumed you let me in. What the heck? So I move over. I'm in the lane now. She swerves into the lane I was originally in, so the middle lane, right? So I'm in the left lane, she's in the middle lane now. And we're coming up to the stoplight because I needed to get into the left lane to turn left. And so we're getting up, and I'm noticing the cars in front of me, how they're stacked. I'm like, oh, we're going to be right by each other. But she's going to be on my right. So I pull up, and she pulls up slowly. Because like, she can actually move a little bit further so we don't have to be side by side, whatever. But she pulls up slowly to get side by side with me. And I look over, and she's starting to scream and yell, window down, flip me off. So I roll down my window, my side, the other window. And I'm like, lady, I didn't move in until you gave me a spot. And she's still screaming. And I said, screw it. So I turned into Hog Rider for a little bit here. I said, screw it. I was like, I just went off. Felt good. It felt good. I'm telling you guys not to do this when we're riding, right? I'm just sharing some behind the scenes. I'm not recording this. But I went off. And it felt good. It felt so good. Like, I called her names. I don't like I'm not proud. I am not proud. I called her names. I flipped her off. I was like, you, like loud. And there's no justification for it, but it's like, I knew, like, why are you getting so angry when you let me in? And I put my indicator on. I did not cut her off. I didn't put and then like later that day, like I'm doing errands, and I'm turning right. I'm in an intersection. I'm in the right lane, turning right. No, it's a double right. It's a double right. So I'm in the furthest one from the curb. So I'm like more out into the intersection for the double right. And it's a red light for us. And it's a red light for everyone, but let me just point it. We're having fun here. So it's here's 2 lanes, right? So it's a right and a right, right? That's what it is. So here's the curb. And so then there's like a median, like right here, right? And then there's like a left turn lane that typically goes like that, right? So here's like the median. I'll just do another median. So like, you know, like lane, 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 right? So they're doing this, and there's people that go straight, right? Does that make sense? So I'm this guy. Let's do, I'm this guy, right? So what happened was I was doing that, and this person decided I'm going to do a U-turn. Not a big deal, right? Not a big deal. Not a big deal. So when I saw that they started doing the U-turn, I stopped right here. All right, this person kept going. It is what it is, because, you know, first available lane. They're supposed to go, and there's another lane right here. So they're supposed to go in that first available lane, but they aimed for my lane. I saw it ahead of time. I located it. I assessed. I navigated by applying the brakes. Not a big deal, right? As soon as they get through, I go. But she stops. She's got that short hair. It's Tucson. If you wanted to look anything up, you understand what I'm talking about here. She stops right here. Starts honking the horn. I'm stopped right here. She stopped right there. She's honking the horn at me like a crazy lady, screaming at me. I could see through her windshield, just screaming. And I'm over here like, go. We're both in the intersection. Get out of here. Go. So she finally takes off, but she's like doing that, causing craziness across 3 lanes. And I'm behind her at this point, because I go after she goes. And I'm just like watching. I'm just like, what the heck are you doing? Crazy lady. That happened twice in one day. Happened twice in an hour. I'm like, what the heck? As soon as that happened, I'm like, I'm not driving anywhere after this. I'll start driving tomorrow. Exactly. Shmee, that's exactly, like, I was like, what the heck? Both times. Women drivers. Just saying. Just saying. I mean, yeah, Rexy, I'm sorry. Arizona drivers. I'm sorry. Arizona drivers. I don't know. It is what it is. But once again, we can all pull it all back. Just dumb drivers. Just dumb drivers. I may not have shouted out my window. So is your booklet also in meters? Also greetings from Germany? No, it's in feet, and that's something that I noticed. So I put, that's a great question. So one thing I didn't do, I didn't create a legend. So I just have the dash, and that's in the United States, that means feet. I don't have a legend that says feet. So it's 10 feet by like 10 feet, 10 feet, 20 feet. Like it's all set up that way. I need to make an adjustment to the new booklet when I reprint. So it's in feet, but you can do a rough estimate when it comes to that. So let's see. Like for me, 8 regular steps is 20 feet. To me, that's what that is. Like my gait, my walk, if I do 8 full steps, regular steps, it's 20 feet. So, I mean, if you want to do 20, if you want to measure yourself out to that, anything that's closer to 20 feet. So what's 20 feet, 2 meters, 6 meters. Hey, that works. So 3 meters and 6 meters. That's very easy. So that works out really. Of course it works. Duh. Math. So I got that light like right in my face. So the 10 foot and then the 20 feet, that's 3 meters between these cones, and then 6 meters between these cones. But that's the thing, is like you don't want to constantly bring a measuring tape out when you're practicing. So I did a measuring tape for 20 feet and I just walked it. I'm like, oh, 8 steps. So now whenever I set up the cones, I just walk 4 steps or 8 steps, and then I have my measurement. And it's just a rough estimate. It doesn't have to be exact. Yeah, so I would just do 3 and 6 meters. And international orders and everything, the digital, you'll get it right away. Right now, I don't think I ship the physical stuff to Germany, but if you get the digital booklet, it will be instant. And if you want to get everything, get the full package. So I'll post it in the chat right now. So this comes with everything. Get the digital version. It comes with everything: the rescue booklet, the drill booklet, the rescue card, Riding Smart. It comes with every book that I have, including how to buy a motorcycle might be different in your area because this is more US based. How to deal with dealerships and like understanding dealer fees, the credit system, all that stuff. So that might not apply too much, but you'll get those 3 other books that are really good for a good deal. I just realized I have not eaten anything, and this is my second energy drink. So my stomach is starting to growl. I didn't realize it's already 3:30. Let's go ahead and jump into, let's make sure that link actually works. Yep. If you guys have gotten this system, please write a review. That'd be great. I have reviews for everything else, but this is the digital system. You get everything. There's the print edition and then the full edition if you want to get that. Yeah, you get all that stuff, all of it. Check it out. All right. Here we go. 3, 2. That's the thing is I haven't seen any of these videos. It's pretty cool. We get to watch them together. 3, 2, 1. All right, everybody. We have a MotoStars video. We're going to be going over some crashes and close calls. If you're a brand new rider, the whole point of this is to watch these crashes and close calls and not make the same mistakes yourself. So if you are just now learning, this is the perfect video for you. Or if you have already been riding for a while, you're going to learn something. Check it out. It's a nice little swerve. Get out of the way. Look forward. Wasn't paying attention. So a big part of why motorcycle riders crash is because we're not paying attention. So we need to be planning our ride. So we're going to go over a lot of this stuff during these videos, but position for safety, locate, assess, and navigate. So make sure you're in a good position to start. You're locating hazards. You're assessing if they are a threat. And you have to learn how to navigate a threat. 3 things: swerve, brake, and accelerate are the 3 things you can do. So what did we do wrong here when it comes to planning our ride?
He looked away for literally.
We failed to locate.
And that was all.
He's looking left. He's not paying attention. He's going to the open lane. We'll talk more about open lane patterns. Going to the open lane, but the vehicle in front of him stopped. We need to look forward and just kind of move. Do a quick head check and then move.
It took to end up.
Wasn't paying attention. Wasn't safe to move over. Just because your buddies did doesn't mean you should. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to the next one, but locate hazardous situations. It's so important. Most crashes are just dumb luck and dumb drivers. Oh. Same thing here. Okay, so if you're brand new, what happened? What do you think? I got the sun in my face. What do you think happened here? Okay, so we're coming up to here. Let's go back just a little bit here. This is a very short clip. All right, so we're right behind this vehicle. Okay, what I always tell you guys, so remember, we're planning our ride. Let's go ahead and pick the P out of planning our ride on this one. So position for safety. What we're trying to do when it comes to positioning for safety is that we need to have good line of sight. We need to have at least one escape path and a good space cushion. Now, what position can we be in that's going to give us all 3? I like to do the simplest things here. I don't like to just be like, I have to keep moving around to get one of the 3. I want to be off to the sides. Off to the sides, not directly behind the vehicle. Now, why? Because my space cushion is limited by where the vehicle is at. I can't see around the vehicle. There's line of sight. And my escape path is always going to be on the sides of the vehicles because the escape path can't be into the vehicle. I don't want that. So what am I going to do? I'm going to be off to the sides to start. when it comes to position for safety. So now my escape path is straight. My escape path is straight. I can see down the middle of all the cars. So that means I could see if the car in front of this car is slamming the brakes, because that's going to let me know, hey, this car is going to slam the brakes because the car in front of them slammed the brakes. So I get to see ahead of time. So like I said, the escape path is straight. My line of sight is straight, right? So remember 3 things: line of sight, space cushion, and escape path. So then my escape path, my space cushion is as long as this is open all the way to the moon. So I'm just going to put myself in that position to start with. So that's what I recommend.
Cuando me caigo y me da pena hacer esperar a los carros.
And then why did we fall down? We slammed the brakes a little too hard, locked up the front brake, locked up the front tire, lost traction, fell down. Wear gear. That's not full gear, it's just gloves and a helmet. Spent more on the camera and the Bluetooth system than a jacket, pants, and boots. Make sure you get all that stuff first before a camera. What are we doing here? Oh! Is he walking? Nope. Right leg. All right. So obviously this vehicle has been doing stupid stuff before. I mean, look at. It's already got a I got things in my face. Already got a broken door. So what are we doing though here? What are we doing? So we can blame the car driver all we want. Shouldn't have done that. Cross the gore area, disruption of everything. Probably wanted to switch. So we can think about why. Wanted to switch over to the off ramp because you saw the police officer up ahead, slowing down traffic. Maybe there was an accident, all this other stuff. So it's like, I'm not going to wait in line. I'm going to switch over. They did what they did, right? Cool. Why are we doing this? Hey, traffic is slow. I can cut through everything. I can speed and cut through everything because traffic is slow, because of something that's happening. So I'm going to do this. Both people are making terrible decisions. Who's going to win the terrible decision making? The SUV. The SUV is going to win. Because at the end of the day, if they collide, who's going to lose? The motorcycle rider. So we all did dumb things here. Don't do dumb things. Just ease through. So if you're the motorcycle rider, that's who we're talking about. Don't do that stuff as a car driver. Don't do that. But as a motorcycle rider, this is who we're talking to. If it's slowing down and you can lane filter or lane split where you're allowed to do it, and let's say this is an area to do it, how about we don't go so fast through everything? Let's just cruise. Because if everyone stopped and slowed down and you're going 5 miles an hour, 10 miles an hour over the slowed and stopped people, you're still beating everybody. There's no reason to maintain highway speeds through everybody. Just go a little bit faster than them being slow. Just a little bit. That's it. You're still beating them. All right, here we go. Making a corner. Hopefully we don't low side. Nice and easy. Very good. We're going 100 kilometers an hour. That's about 60 miles an hour.
Brake, which stood the bike straight up.
80 kilometers an hour. That's about 50. Not too bad. Nice cruising, chill ride over here. Hopefully there's no gravel. Very good. Staying in the lines. Got a bug on the lens. We're increasing our speed for this corner right here. Is this corner going to be sharper than we think? 115 kilometers an hour. We're going about 70-ish. Okay. So we're going a little too fast in a corner that was a little bit sharper than we anticipated. Thankfully, nothing bad happened, but it could have been a lot worse. So let's go ahead and not pretend that we're racing. Just enjoy the view. Cruise. Okay, what do we got here? Oh, we lost a fender or something. Or fairing. How does it simply fly off? Because you didn't attach it correctly. The next one could be falling off too. All right, so we're moving over. That guy kind of cut across. Not a big deal. Got a passenger. Be very careful. Somebody fell down and crashed. Time to remain calm. That dude is on fire. That dude needs to get away from the bike. Stop, drop, and roll. Stop, drop, and roll. Stop, drop, and roll. Smother it. Smother it. So how would you smother a hand fire? Well, stop jacking off. But how would you smother a hand fire? Just put your hand right here, lay on top of your hand, start rolling on the hand. Just roll on the hand. Now why is it on fire? He's probably got some gasoline on his hand. What are you doing? Motorcycle dude, stay away. Thankfully, they have an extinguisher. But geez, what are you doing? All right, here we go. Oh, he is not in his line. That was dangerous because there could have been gravel. Not paying attention. Don't hit your head on the pole, please. Ooh, lucky. You're not going to stay lucky forever. You're not going to stay lucky forever. Here we go. What do we got here? I'm trying to get out of the shade. Oh, we hit a car. I can't see anything because of the lights in my face.
The lady behind the wheel didn't seem to realize what had happened and just...
Nope, didn't see him.
Later on, the riders...
She trying to make a right-handed turn. We were speeding.
Confrontation.
Were we speeding around the corner? The blind corner couldn't see, couldn't find the escape. We talked about finding the escape, remember? A little angry, but you're alive. You're angry, but alive. It is what it is. Control your emotions. Control it. I say that now. When I was younger, it was a lot harder. But still. Oh, she's gonna just take off? That's cool. That's why you record the license plate with the camera that you have on your face. Oh, here we go. We're going to go ahead and put ourselves in more dangerous situations. Yeah, go ahead and stop in front of them. Get the license plate. Look at it. So you're out riding and you're filming. Somebody acting stupid. YouTube compression is a B, but there, I got the license plate. Turn that into the cops.
Hey, madame!
Yeah, she's probably
Vous
scared.
avez pas vu la voie de la moto?
Comment?
Vous avez pas vu la moto? Regardez la vitre!
Monsieur, je vous ai vu.
She's probably scared for her life. She's like, I'm going to take off.
Mais oui, mais regardez votre vitre, madame, faut s'arrêter.
Yeah, the way he reacted, I wouldn't stick around either. Yeah. Oh, side of the vehicle. There we go. Finally, a side of the vehicle. Oppa! Oh, he's not doing well. All right. Why didn't you just flip the camera? I mean, it's a simple edit. You can just do a rotation of the source in editing because you already, I mean, you have it like this. Okay, so there's that side of the vehicle. Somebody wanting to do a U-turn in the middle of the road. Okay, maybe they're allowed to do it. I don't know. It's a green light. Maybe it's green light for them, but they still need to yield for, you know, traffic that flows through. Blah, 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 blah. It is what it is. We get up to here, intersections, locating hazardous situations. Intersections and corners are hazardous situations, the most common areas that motorcycle riders crash. Simple. So if I know that, I know going in an intersection, I need to be watching out for anybody turning in front of me, like U-turns, left turners, right turners, or somebody running through red lights. Simple as that. That's what I'm looking for. So if I see something, I need to do something. What do? I don't know. Something, right? So I need to go and do one of those three things. Swerve, accelerate, progressive brake, okay? So we got to do that. At this point, swerving might have been helpful. He tried a little bit. When I say swerve, though, I don't mean just kind of do this. I mean you need to swerve. Am I going to be running towards a linebacker and just be like, hey, I'm just going to slowly move over here? They're going to slowly move towards me to tackle me. I need to juke them. I need to get out of the way. I need to swerve out of the way. So practice your swerves in a parking lot, okay? So you need to do something. You need to be more aggressive in that. Now, does it sound like I'm being mean? Because he's hurt? You know, should we feel sorry? Yes, feel sorry for him. Feel like, hey, this sucks. Damn, dude, I'm sorry. But I'm not here to do that. I'm here to teach the rest of you guys. When somebody makes a mistake, we learn from those mistakes so we don't do it ourselves. So if anything, this person's given us a blessing when it comes to showing their crash and close calls. So we can learn from it. Do I feel bad? Of course. Absolutely. Am I making fun of? Sometimes. Of course. But are we learning from every single thing? Yes. Of course. So let's pay attention so we don't do this ourselves and hope for his recovery. And also say he needs to learn how to swerve. All right, lane splitting, all this stuff, open lane pattern. Oh, ooh.
Вот так вот приехали, ребята. Ногу зажало. Отключаем.
Who do you think is at fault in this accident? Oh, you're asking me a question here, Moto Stars. We're going to go ahead and answer that one. But right here, I want to point out, this is a bad spot for the motorcycle rider. Obvious, right? But why? Why? Remember, we ask why all the time. Why? Because his right leg is now being levered onto that concrete. It's a ditch, but that edge right there. Bike's on top of him. He's split down right here. Easily a fractured mid-femur fracture. Easily a mid-femur fracture. There we go. Easily a torn knee. Just snapped. Easily a tib-fib snap. That it's not good. It's like planting your foot in between logs when you're hiking and falling over and snapping a leg. Same thing. Not good. Now let's go back to the accident here. Not that one. All right, so right here, we're cruising, filming with a potato, but we're cruising. We're going to go ahead and lane filter. Split. It's lane split in this situation. We're going to lane split. Why is that car wanting to go into the right lane? You guys know this from watching this channel all the time. It's an open lane pattern. That car does not want to be stuck behind the cars in front of that car and went for the lane that is open. Open lane, the pattern that we need to be looking for. So if we're going to be cruising or lane splitting or lane filtering, we see an open lane, be cautious. Be cautious. There's the open lane right there. They decided to go in the open lane. We decided to do what we did because we don't want to be stuck behind vehicles. They did what they wanted to do because they don't want to be stuck behind vehicles. Can't be mad. Now, who caused the accident? Well, I'm not a cop. I'm not doing that. I care about whose responsibility is it to keep the motorcycle rider safe. Whose responsibility is that? It's the motorcycle rider. So at the end of the day, I put all the responsibility on the motorcycle rider. Simple as that. Simple as that. If we're doing responsible things and we're supposed to be taking responsibility for our safety as the first principle in what we do here as smart riders, that means we need to wear gear. It means that we need to seek out and recognize hazardous situations. We need to maintain our fundamental motorcycle skills, acquire and use personal protective equipment, rescue injured motorcycle riders, and then teach and mentor other motorcycle riders. That's our focus. That's what we do. So if we're failing at any of those things, there's more that we can do. If we're not doing all of them, there's more that we can do. And right now, I see there's more than this person can do. Simple. If you do everything possible and you're like this perfect person and something bad still happens to you, shit, that's life. Bad things happen to good people all the time. But at least you can be proud that you did everything you possibly could. It's not about blame. It's about who's responsible for what.
Even something as simple as...
All right, here we go. Oh, open lane pattern. Nice little swerve. Maintain the swerve. If you're going too fast, you can maintain the swerve into here. Good job. Good job. Good job. No, it is what it is. You did what you did. Who's responsible for your safety? You, Nikki. Getting a little angry there. Getting a little angry. One second. Did you have your... Oh, it's a backpack strap. I thought she had her chin strap flailing. Okay. Don't hit mirrors. All right, here we go. This is Grand Theft Auto. All right, so we just got knocked a little bit. Okay. Cruising. Snow. So, oh. Okay. So speeding. So we're in a car. Okay. Is this a Tesla? Because they have those crazy cameras. Might be. So speed wobbles. Yeah, got a little bit of a speed wobble. Got bucked up. Got pretty high. It knocked him up like that. Can't control it. It's just going to do that. There's the impact. Hands getting ripped up. Shoulders. He's very lucky he didn't smack his head, but he's still, there's the head. Okay, shoulder. We have road rash all over our body. So he's looking at his hands and he's doing this because it hurts. You guys ever do that? You like stub your toe and you're like, you start rubbing it. That's what we're doing here. Hand, oh, lots of pain. Lots of pain. Very lucky nobody else hit him. Alright. Oh, speed bump. Why did he do that? Write in the comments. You guys know we've seen a video before. Why did he hit the person too? Oh, jeez, these lights are in my face. Why did he do that? Okay, we're cruising, right? We're in the middle of the lane, right? We're supposed to be doing our thing. The sun's in my face. Somebody close the blinds, please. Can somebody close the blinds? It's right in my face. So why did we switch all the way over here? Yeah. Thank you, Moto. Thank you, Shmi. There we go. We moved over to the very, very edge to avoid that speed bump. Because usually speed bumps don't go all the way because it still needs drainage. So he went to the edge where it doesn't meet. So if he's able to do this at speed, can you guys please swerve into an open spot, an escape path that's just so tiny? Like, he's practicing this all the time. Why don't you guys, how about this? Practice this because it's going to show you what you can do on your motorcycle. Do it in a safe area. Don't do it when there's a side of the vehicle coming out like right there. Thanks. What do we got? Hey, why do you do that? Why you jump out and get hit? Can't you see that I'm driving here? All right.
This is a terrifying situation.
Nice cruise. You see the vision that we have because we're off to the sides. Now the vision disappeared because we're right behind the vehicle. Oh, somebody's gonna merge into us. Roll off the throttle, apply the brakes if we need to, let them in, not a big deal. Moving on with our day. New position for safety, locate hazards, boom, 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 done. Now we're at an intersection. What's up, bro? Yeah! Sips and helmets do look good.
Most random encounter I've had on the street yet.
Chill. All right, what do we got here? So she's cruising. Hopefully doesn't low side. Oh, hit the paint. Please don't hit the guardrail. Oh, jeez. Oh. All right. Mr. Wiggles 07 decided to crash and his helmet flew off. No, his buddy's helmet flew off. Did his buddy hit him? I think that's what it was. So we're all coming into this nice, fine Denny's establishment after a nice long ride to have some eggs over my hammy. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and enjoy it. We're all pulling into this area. This was supposed to be the end of the ride, but some people didn't get the notice. Okay, so this is why you do a pre-ride meeting. Hey, we're ending up at Denny's. Okay. Also, you guys can be talking on your Cardo Pack Talk Edges. And here's the little sponsor ad spot here. Okay, Cardo Pack Talk Edge, link in the description for 10% off. But at least you can have the dynamic mesh system that you're able to communicate with up to 15 something riders. I don't even know. I ride by myself and listen to music. But you're able to do that and actually communicate with each other. Hey, we're all turning right. We're all turning right. Buddy in the back did not get the notice. I don't know how he's not paying attention up front. Not seeing that, hey, everyone's turning right in front of me. Maybe I should turn right. I don't know. But we're coming up to here. Boom. There's the impact. Okay. Not good. It is what it is. But, dude, if you're not going to be... It's one thing not to be paying attention. It's another thing to not strap your helmet in. What the heck? All right. Let's move on to this one. Real quick, fun little thing. We're just having fun with today's live stream. Those lights, how they're all like slashed like that. People tell me, and I've looked it up, This is what an astigmatism looks like at night. Right? Write in the comments if that's what it looks like to you. Do you have a astigmatism? And if this is what lights look like, and you're not diagnosed with astigmatism, you might have astigmatism. And I just like saying the word astigmatism. It has a little tism in it. But that's what it looks like. It doesn't look like that to me. When I'm driving, when I'm riding, lights do not look like that to me. It's pretty cool though.
It was at this moment.
I do have a little bit of tism, just not the stigmas.
God, please, no!
Oh, kids,
No!
I would be pissed. I've always wanted to beat up teenagers. I think I said that out loud. Oh, he hit the camera. I'd be pissed. I'd be pissed. Now, I wouldn't do it. All right, here we go. Side of the vehicle there where we get past it, not a big deal. Now we're just going to do a whole new plan method. Okay, we got another side of the vehicle. Just because we had one earlier doesn't mean, okay, they're merging in. We all slowed down. Oh, he's going to do a crazy U-turn. Good job. Perfect. No. You did good. Okay, you can be angry. You did good. We're going to point out what you did good. Luis Kings. No. Luis, you did amazing. You freaking sit down. You enjoy a whole large slice of pizza. I'm going to point out what you did absolutely right. I love it. Thank you for giving the Smart Rider crew an amazing example. Join for $5 a month. Link in the description. I will review all your crashes and close calls and hang out with the rest of us. We're having a great time in there. But here's the thing. He sees this, and I love that he pointed it out. Maybe he did it afterwards. Hopefully, this is kind of his vision when he was riding. So he sees this, okay? You hear the RPMs go down? What are we doing when the RPMs are going down? We're rolling off the throttle. We're just rolling off the throttle. We're like, hey, we're going to merge kind of in the same area. I'm going to go ahead. I located it. He's a relevant threat. I'm going to navigate this actor threat by putting myself in a new position for safety by just rolling off the throttle. That's it. Engine braking. Exactly, Hog Rider. It's engine braking. It's going to slow you down. So very good here. So now that we're slowing down, we're anticipating maybe something could happen. Maybe. I don't know. But I'm doing the preemptive thing. As soon as he sees this, he's already slowed down from earlier. So now we're doing emergency progressive braking from a slower standpoint, a slower position for safety. So now our total stopping distance is shortened because, first of all, we already perceive this as a problem. We're already reacting by rolling off the throttle. So now our total stopping distance is even shorter, so we can just apply a little bit of brakes, and we are able to stop in time. Perfect example of being proactive versus reactive. Perfect. So, Luis, take a seat and have a good, nice slice of pizza. Can close the blinds already. Jeez.
Ahueonao. Conche tu madre, ahueonao. ¿Cómo te quitáis ahí? Ahueonao, mira para el lado, pues pajarón culiao. Tonto hijo de perra.
Yet another close call where the driver fails
Another close call.
surroundings and decides to overtake.
Okay, so it's always the driver's fault. Okay, there's the side of the pedestrian right there. Somebody's coming out into our lane, so slow it down, move over to the left. New position for safety, not a big deal. Dramatic music. There you go. Now we did it. Should have done it earlier. Not a big deal. You got yourself out of it, though, so I'll give you that. You saved yourself. Very nice. Moving on. Okay. Now, what's the next thing? Always, what's the next thing? What's the next thing?
Oh, no.
Oh, geez. Slow down.
Pas maintenant, pas après tout ce que tu as fait.
What's in your hand? Okay, side of the vehicle. Swerve, good swerve. I'd do a little more aggressive. Be aggressive in the swerves. Okay? Aggressive. Aggressive. Nice braking. Be more aggressive. Nice drop of the bike. Be more aggressive with the gravity. Alright. A little off-road, not a big deal. Oh, hit a fence. And we dumped the bike. Whoa, what are we doing? Alright. So, open lane pattern. Anybody coming out? It's intersection area. And before anyone defends them, they ran a red light. Okay, I'll defend them just for fun. Nice Cardo Pack Talk edge. Yeah, they made a right-hand turn. Good job on the brakes. Good job on recognizing it and then moving over. Not a big deal. Good job on buying the Cardo. Link in the description for 10% off. All right, here we go. What's up with Opa lately? Is that a song? Like, am I getting too old? If I'm getting this old, then, oh jeez. All right, rain riding, so lower traction issues. Watch out for that. Good job getting out of the way. That's a good emergency accelerate out. Jesus, light. Same thing. Oh, hit somebody. So check up on the rider. Everything seems to be fine. Walking wounded. Any major blood loss? Let's go ahead and remain calm, ensure our own safety. Let's get on the sidewalk. Feet look anatomically correct. All right, here we go. What do we got here? Oh, going a little wide, maybe going a little too fast for the corners there, El Glazo. Thankfully, was able to keep it up. Good job on that. So with that said, though, hope you guys ride safe, be safe, grab a slice of pizza. Check out the links in the description for anything. Smart Rider Training System, Smart Rider Crew, any of the affiliates like Cardo or Rockform. But go ahead and grab a slice of pizza and then head on out of here, right? Bye. All right, so there's that one. We still got another. Don't leave yet. Oh, it's a lady. It's a lady. Gosh, that video is nuts. That video is nuts. 1 second. It's usually about this time I start losing my brain cells. It is what it is. So the simple fact that I probably have half capacity right now. We're not gonna pause this one. We're just gonna go. How long is this video? This is gonna be a 10-minute. It's gonna be a 10.5-minute video. I'll maybe make it 12 minutes. I might pause it once. I don't know how to. It's okay, Smee. It's fine. I think it's getting just the right amount of time of day that it's barely in my face. But it is what it is. We do have a crew meetup tomorrow. Okay, so if you're part of the Smart Rider crew, we're going to be talking about the Academy. I'm going to be approaching you guys about the Academy, and then we're going to try to figure out a date to do it. And the main thing here is that I have to film all the Academy videos first and kind of get you guys an Academy book in terms of, it's going to be an ebook. It's the simplest thing I can do. And get you guys ready. We're going to run through an actual Academy. 8 weeks. One meetup. It's going to be part of the meetup. So every Wednesday we're going to do that meetup. That's going to be the Academy week. That's going to be like, we're going to go over everything, and then you have homework for the rest of the week. Kind of like a book club. Anybody ever been a part of a book club? They're fun. The book clubs I've been a part of were Bible studies. So it was 8 weeks. I'd read 2 chapters, show up to the meeting. We talk about the 2 chapters, go over it, and kind of have a nice little hangout. And then we have a homework for the next 2 chapters. Boom, 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 boom. We do that. So that's what I'm going to be doing here. And we're going to be going over new internal certifications that we have for the Smart Rider crew. I do want to have standards for the Smart Rider crew, and I'll explain all this. But I do want to have standards for the Smart Rider crew. So there's going to be some certifications that we're going to be going over. U-turn, figure 8, and a few other ones, okay? And that's going to be part of the Academy. And the whole point is that we're going to get everybody that joins the Academy these certifications. So I'm going to come up with some certifications. I'm going to be sending them out to people that submit their videos of them doing the drills and passing. And you're going to get a certification. And that's going to be some of the first points and the first parts of the crew challenge coin. I would love to be able to get some challenge coins out to those people that actually pass all of them. Okay, there's going to be a master certification that we're going to have. So with that said, if you are not a part of the crew just yet, I see there's 75 of us in the classroom right now. If you're not part of the crew yet, I highly recommend you join it. We have Hog Rider in there. We have Elad in here. We have a lot of the green names that we have in the chat right now on YouTube. They're part of the crew. And so thank you guys for being there. It's $5 a month. That's it. That's it. You get access to a bunch of the classroom stuff. So a lot of the books, once you hit level 3, it's just chatting. You chat for a little bit, you'll hit level 3 very easily. And you get access to all the books and all that other stuff. So all the courses that I have. So check it out. It's $5 a month. It's the best thing you could possibly do if you want to learn how to ride and be around a lot of smart riders. And we're going to be hosting a lot of new things. including this academy that I'm talking about. And my goal is to expand it to a 16-week academy twice a year for people to learn how to ride and then do everything I'm talking about right now and then get rescue training, pure rescue training. So you can be a full-fledged smart rider. Right now it's going to be 8 weeks. It's going to be 8 weeks. Goal is twice a year, spring and fall. So check it out. Link in the description is where it says, and I'll go ahead, I'll just post it in the chat, where it says, want your crash and close call. I'm going to post it in the chat right here. Join up. There it is. And if you join the crew meetups, you get a 10% off discount for anything in the shop also. So you do get discounts for the shop. So hopefully it'll make your money back for being a member too. So here we go. Let's go ahead and jump into this one. No pause. Because I got to get to editing. Okay? No pause. And I'm going to go for a nice little walkie walk with my dogs. All right? 3. Before we start, I just want to say thank you guys once again for being here for me. I appreciate it. Never stop saying you appreciate. Always say you appreciate. Because you do. Why hide it? Why hide it? You feel it for your partner. You feel it for your friends. You feel it. Why not say it? I appreciate you guys. Thank you. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. All right, we have a MotoStars video. It is somewhat old. I'm not going to pause it. We're going to be going over crashes and close calls, and we're going to turn off the closed captioning. We're going to figure out what they did right, what they did wrong, utilizing the plan method. If you want to learn more about this, make sure you become a Smart Rider crew member, $5 a month. We go over your crashes and close calls. So he went a little bit wide, going a little too fast, trying to keep up with his buddy. Now we're going through a residential neighborhood, side of the vehicle. That's a pattern we talk about in the book. Good job rolling off the throttle, applying the brakes, moving over a little bit. That person should have stopped. The car should have stopped, but you saved yourself. That's a win. All right, this guy's name is Fry. We got to watch out for these deer. Good job. If there's 3, there's probably 10 more. So be careful. It's a good omen of, hey, maybe I should be paying attention for deer. I got very lucky. Now we're driving in a 1996 Chevy Impala SS. Yeah, boy. What are we going to have here? It's California. Ventura Boulevard's right there. Oh, slam that rear brake. You see how the back end flipped out right there? I got sun in my eyes. We slammed the rear brake hard. Okay, that's what happens when you do that. All right, intersection, hazardous area, just like corners. What? Oh, it's a one-way road. They didn't figure it out. Good job maneuvering off to the open spot to save yourself. That was a great escape path and use of it. My first crash on the KTM Duke. Okay, very nice. I use my rock form mount for GPS just like that, so check it out. Oh, I have to. No, I have to pause it and go back. I want to show you guys. Because I bet you I told you guys to look at the phone. I don't want you looking at the phone. I want you to look at this. So we're coming up to here. We're going through a nice little corner. It's the only time I'm going to do this. Going through the corner. Now look. So he cuts this really close. Oh, but wasn't set up for that turn. Why? We were trying to go fast. Just do the appropriate line at the appropriate speed. You're not going to have this problem. Do you think cars do this all the time? They crash into here all the time? No. It's usually motorcycle riders going a little too fast. So when it comes to planning your ride, are you the active threat? If you are, slow it down to put yourself in a new position for safety. It constantly does this. PLAN, PLAN, PLAN. All right, look at the sign. Sharp turn up ahead. So we're going pretty chill, nice and chill, pretty good. 20 miles an hour recommended means a sharp turn. Did we slow down the camera or what? No, we just failed, okay? So practicing your slow speed maneuvers is important on something like this. Understanding your bike might be a new rider and wanting to enjoy the view or just wasn't there fully. Maybe tired, dehydrated. Looks like Arizona, easily dehydrated in the heat. But if you guys want to practice, I got all the books. Riding Smart, Rescue Booklet, Smart Rider Drills in a huge package, digital print, and there's a cone version. So if you want to be an absolute smart rider, check it out. Links in the description. Huge discounts. If you want to buy everything separately, it's going to cost more. So I put it all in a nice bundle. All right. Oh, gravel on the road, loss of traction. That's something we talk about when we're doing our neighborhood riding in Riding Smart. Watching out for gravel and avoiding it with the 3 things we can do. Emergency accelerate, emergency swerve, emergency brake. In that case, we're going to go over it nice and easy and swerve around all the little gravel. Look at all that gravel. So find the area that looks more like a road and not dirt. Good job lifting it up. That's exactly how you do it. That will mess up anybody. Got to be careful with that. Oh, got a little leakage. Hopefully it's just coming out of the port and not really like crack the case. Anyways, we're going a little bit too fast in the corner. We panicked at this point. Find the escape. Oh. What's up with this music, Motostar? Oh, man. Heavy impact. Lost a shoe. Blurred it out. Hopefully he's doing fine. That's an intersection. Why is everyone stopped, right? They're letting somebody in. So don't lane split. And if you see everyone stopped and you're lane splitting, there's a big gap and it looks like there's an intersection, somebody might be coming through. That's one of the hazards we have. And that's a... Write in the comments how expensive that bike is. All right, here we go. Just cruising, filming with the potato. We're going to do some wheelies. Perfect area to do it. No traffic. It is what it is. We broke our coccyx. C-O-C-C-Y-X. Okay, not what you're thinking. Okay, it's the tailbone. Oh, sorry. I know I said I wasn't going to pause, but look at just the transfer of the asphalt right on his booty. You see how it's already starting to rip? Just that little thing with just jeans, heavy denim, still ripped. Ripped. Now imagine if we had motorcycle pants. Where do you think a lot of the reinforcement on motorcycle pants are? On the buttocks, on the knees, on the sides of the legs. So, ugh. Get a little butt pad. Why don't they make, cyclists have bike pants that have padding for the junk? Why can't we have motorcycle pads that pad the butt, but it's D30 armor? I don't know what this guy's talking about, but I'm just going to keep talking about, butt pads. Because I think it's really cool. And then you can have it for people that ride Honda Goldwings, a diaper insert. Anyways, there's deer right there. Pretty cool. Oh, jumps up. Hopefully that person doesn't hit. Oh, very nice. Okay. Yeah, nobody had to change their underwear because they're wearing this new Smart Rider bike diaper pad coming out in 2027
For some
you don't have to change your pants, just poop in them.
Failed to notice the rider causing him some trouble.
I'm losing brain cells. Here we go. We're coming up to here. Somebody's backing out. We can just be a little cautious. Not a big deal. We're going to go ahead and slow down. Oh, line of sight issue. Somebody's peeking out. Side of the vehicle. Don't come out. Very good. Oh, he's coming out. Mercy accelerate out. You can mercy accelerate out on that one. Remember what I said? 3 things. Accelerate, brake, or swerve. We can either accelerate out or swerve on that one. Braking would be a problem. Oh, geez. The last mile delivery, probably. It is what it is. And think about it. She might have a harder time seeing out the left because the driver's side is on the right. It's weird. All right, had this dude start tailgating for no reason. I wonder what were we doing before the camera started rolling? It is what it is. Show him that he can't touch. I wanted to show him he can't touch motorcycles. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? He's going to get a little scratch on his bumper and you're going to be in the hospital. Don't pick fights. Don't pick fights with big vehicles. It's kind of weird. Okay, so we're slowing down, speeding up, slowing down, speeding up. It is what it is. Let the person be in front. Don't worry about it anymore. Open lane pattern. Anybody want to come out? That guy could swing out and hit you. All right. I told you I wasn't going to pause it, but when it comes to road rage, it's more about you regulating your emotions so you don't escalate. I say that. You guys part of the live stream saw what or heard what I talked about earlier in between videos, so make sure you hit the subscribe button so you can, oh geez, not do this. What, we got like the Dalseem arms from Street Fighter over here. What the heck? That was an open lane pattern. Somebody switched out in front of us. Watch out. You're in the blind spot now. You're really, it's not really close because of the way the camera angle is. Anyways, we're on a track now and we're gonna probably low side. Oh, turn into a high side. This is where you practice your high speed maneuvers. Very important. So Champ U does some great stuff there. Oh,
you're probably wondering how I ended up.
Champ U's great for track. Smart Rider Drills is great for parking lot. Oh, he hit something. What did we hit? So we smashed the levers. So we panicked a little bit and grabbed some brakes. We have a sharp turn coming up.
Like a less experienced rider.
We have a sharp turn coming up. That looks like a 90-degree turn. It even said on the sign, maybe we should slow it down. Don't try to keep up with your buddies. You did everything right to prepare other than apply the skills. Now, why? We're trying to keep up with our friends, okay? Just slow it down, okay? Nice little U-turn. You had to use 3 lanes to do a U-turn? Practice the Smart Rider drills. You can do a U-turn in 1. You don't need 3 lanes. What are you doing there? Okay, we slammed the brakes there because we got a little scared. Okay. Okay, buddy crashed. He's supposed to be doing a tight turn from a stop. Couldn't handle it. Once again, Smart Rider drills will help with that. We're coming up with internal certifications for the Smart Rider crew. So if you're a Smart Rider crew member, get ready. We're going to be testing you. All right, here we go. Truck pull out, near miss. Okay, beautiful looking road. I love this. It's a nice little frontage road. Somebody's pulling out. Find the escape, not a big deal, move on. It would have been easier to slow down and stop, practice your braking skills, but good job on the escape. All right, having some fun on a dirt road. I used to do this on my Harley. He wants to practice and have fun. This is like somebody wanting to practice wheelies on a road that doesn't have traffic. This is him practicing his off-roading. It is what it is. Now we're stuck. Let's go ahead and put it in neutral, hold in the clutch, and let it roll back. So glad this didn't end up being me. This road light outside my work is a highway, but right near it is a 4-way intersection. Okay, so intersections. Okay, so applying the brakes. What are we doing? We saw that they're applying the brakes. Why are we? Oh. See, that's why you don't try to pass people fast when they're applying the brakes. You don't know why they're applying the brakes.
Y'all good?
So at this point, we can rescue. I don't trust people when I say, hey, you good? I'm going to do an actual observation. I'm going to check everybody, do a little triage, make sure 911's called, because this is a high mechanism of injury crash. I'm very concerned about anybody having any type of internal bleeding that they don't know about. And a lot of people say, hey, I'm good, because they feel embarrassed. They might be in pain. I know you guys do this. It's like, I'm good, and you have like a leg like barely hanging on by skin. It's like, nah, I'm good. Put some dirt in it. No, it's like, dude, come on. So pay attention, watch out. Oh, are we going to try to make a left-handed? Why are you mad? The bus came up. What's up with this? Motostars, what are we doing here? All right. Scooter almost hit me. What do we got here? A scooter? Nice little scooter. All right, so is that person not going to be behind the brakes behind you and close to hitting you because they're not paying attention to the people slowing down and stopping like you are? Yep, there it is. He just kind of passed over. He didn't almost hit you. He scared you a little bit. Didn't almost hit you. They're riding like idiots though. So sit back, let them ride like idiots. It's not that big of a deal. If they crash in front of you, guess what you get to do? Everybody in the class eating pizza, you get to practice your rescue skills. Pretty cool, huh? Let the idiots be in front. It's practice for you. With that said, hope you guys ride safe, be safe, join the Smart Rider crew, or get the Smart Rider motorcycle training system so you don't make these mistakes ever again. Hopefully you never did. But with that said, hope you guys ride safe, be safe, and I'll see you guys on the next live stream. All right, so that was a quick one. I wanted to give you guys a little quick one. That's what she said. It's been a long day. It's already 4:23 my time, almost 4:20. That would have been great. I've had a long day, taught in the AD class for my church, and we had a nice, fun 2.5-hour class here. I'm setting up for the Smart Rider crew live stream tomorrow. It's just a crew meetup. We usually get about 10 to 15 people in there. It's great to chat with you guys, catch up with everybody, how everyone's doing. But I'm going to be going over the academy idea and some of the certs that we have here. And I'm starting to see some of the problems with some of the Smart Rider drills, like Hog Rider can't find a parking lot. So let's try to figure out what we can do in terms of where we can practice and maybe help out when it comes to some of that stuff, and try to figure out some unique ideas together as a crew on how we can get the most people to do these certifications. So if you don't know what I'm talking about here, it's the Smart Rider crew. I got some certifications that I want to put in towards the crew so that we know that we all are being smart riders, or at least maintaining our fundamental skills. That's what we're doing. We're really going to be practicing this in the fundamental skills. And just so you guys can see a little bit behind the scenes, I did say it earlier, we're going to be doing this as a U-turn proficiency. So if you don't know what those names are, it's part of the drill booklet. Make sure you guys grab a drill booklet. Same thing with the figure 8 proficiency. And so that's going to be the basic control certificate. Okay? If you want the advanced control certificate, you're going to need to do these. So there's 2 proficiencies per certificate, except for the master. This is the one I want to give crew challenge coins for. You have to do all of these in a row without screwing it up. There's gonna be some like what does it mean to fail? What does it mean to screw up and all that stuff? Dark Flame, welcome. We're gonna be going over that, so you don't have to be perfect, but there is gonna be some constraints and some standards when it comes to actually completing this. But this one is gonna be a lot of fun. This one, you're basically one after the other, after the other, after the other until you hit all 24. It's gonna be a lot of fun. So we're gonna be going over what the book is for, who it's for, what it solves, what you can expect, why we're doing it, how to use the manual. This is for the actual book that I'm re-updating. I'm updating the Smart Rider Drill booklet to include all this, so it's gonna be even more comprehensive. And then how to submit. So how to submit for your certification. So I'm gonna show you how to set up a camera to film it and then send it in to me so that I can go over it and say, hey, you did it. Good job. Here's your cert. And then hopefully at some time in the future, we're going to have enough people that pass the master control certification in the crew so that when somebody posts, hey, I did the dynamic control or I did the figure 8 proficiency, can somebody check? We're going to have enough mentors in the Smart Rider crew to be like, hey, I checked ELAD. Hog Rider's like, I checked ELAD. I know you're friends, so I know we keep standards, so we're going to be like, make sure we stay to the standards. And we don't just give everyone certs, but it's like, I checked him, so he's good to go. And you guys help me out. We can get as many people certified and have a huge standard when it comes to riding. So I would love to have this, guys. That's what we're going to be talking about a little bit tomorrow. So if you're not a crew member, make sure you guys sign up to be a crew member. It's $5 a month or $49 a year. That's going to save you some money, and you get access to a whole bunch of stuff. I want to show all this stuff because we're going to have the meeting tomorrow. I'm going to get rid of that. I'm going to go ahead and bring up the crew right here. And this is ELAD posting here. It's great stories too. So we have a community section. Right now we have I show you guys when we're having the live stream. Big community section. Everyone's chatting. I do the announcements, your crashes and close calls, writing questions. If you have any writing questions, introduce yourself. It would be great to hear about it. But you also get access to a bunch of stuff, okay? So you get access to the field all the manuals. If you are a premium member, you get access to the courses that I have here if you are level 3. If you don't know what level 3 is, it's very simple. I'm level 6, but basically you make a post, and you just get likes. Anytime you make a comment, you get a like, you get a point. You make a post, you get a like, you get a point. So if you get 20 likes on any of your comments or posts over their lifetime of being a member, you got 20 points. You're level 3. Boom, perfect. That means you get access to Riding Smart. It has all the videos from the book. So I go over everything. Same thing for the Smart Rider drills. Same thing, all the drills. And the cool thing is that you get access on your phone. It's a great app. I'm going over everything because I'm about to take off. But you get everything in the app itself. Let's go to my app. So you get everything in the app itself too. So everything's in here. It's great. And when I said the classroom, what I really like about this app is that if I go to the classroom and I go to the Smart Rider drills, let's just pick the glide drill, it's on your phone. So the drill's on your phone. You put this phone on your handlebars when you're out practicing in the parking lot. Boom, you have it. You get stuck. You can just watch the video. And I describe and show you how to do it. So you just do it, you do it, you do it. You go to the next one. Boom, automatic. Next one. Really cool app. I really love it. That's why I went here, because it's really important when it comes to the drills. There it is. So you get all that, $5 a month. If you participate in the crew, it's a lot cheaper than just buying the book. Simple. You get access to it. So check it out. We have leaderboards and we have a map. So at some point, it'd be really cool to set up a meetup. For me, I live in Tucson. There I am. Really cool to do a meetup in Phoenix because we have a lot of Phoenix members. But if you're in Phoenix and you're like, hey, I'd like to meet all these other people, you guys can create your own little meetup too and just start practicing the drills together. And we're all over the world. So check it out, $5 a month. $5 a month. Supports everything I do here. And I'm building an academy for the members. Can't wait. Can't wait. I'm gonna launch in the spring. Give myself a deadline. We got to figure out a day. So maybe March. Maybe April 1st. I think we'll do April 1st. That's a good one. So, with that said, in Arizona for the week, Casa Grande. Casa Grande. That's pretty close. What are you doing out there? Screw it. Let's just go ahead and chill. Let's chill. Let's chill. Let's chill for a little bit. I got time. Let's go. Everyone go crisscross applesauce in my office. 3, 2, 1. Everyone sit up front. Sit up front in the office. What are you doing in Casa Grande? I love seeing the map and how far. That's it. Same thing here. I love to see it. And by the way, crisscross is a drill. It is a drill. It is a, I believe, a medium or a moderate, intermediate. There you go. Intermediate. Nope, it's a hard drill. The crisscross. Yeah, the crisscross is fun. Dizzy bike looks somewhat easy, but you might get a little dizzy. Training for my job. Love's Truck Care. Oh, I love Love's. I go in there whenever I'm traveling because they usually have the cleanest bathrooms. I used to live in Wilcox. Nice. Yeah, it's really cool to see how where everyone's at on that map. That's another thing that this thing has, is that it has that map and it has a bunch of different cool things in there. So I really like it. I don't know if you have a Kroger where you are or someplace similar, but our Kroger has a fancy cheese station and they put little scrap bits of cheese out. That's how we try new cheeses. What conversation did I walk into? We do have a Kroger, at least where I'm at. Don't they own like Safeway and Bash's and stuff like that? But I do like me a fancy cheese. I do like that. My girlfriend likes the fancy spicy pickle chips that they have in the little deli. Yeah, they're a big conglomerate. That's a weird word to say. What have you guys been watching on the TVs? I'm gonna get off in about 5 minutes, but I've been watching the Night of the Seven Kingdoms. That's a good show. I like that show. Been watching Southland on Netflix. Almost finishing that one up. That's what my girlfriend and I like to do. We like to watch a little bit of the TVs at the end of the day. That's probably what we're gonna do in about an hour when she gets home. Southland, the Night of the Seven Kingdoms. There's another one that we've been watching. I forgot. I don't know. Anime. Anime's fun. I was huge in anime when Toonami was on Cartoon Network. Cowboy Bebop's a good one. Have you seen that one? That's my favorite. Cowboy Bebop is my favorite. Samurai Champloo is my second favorite. Coincidentally, it's the same artist and same person. Short seasons, upsetting me. Full Metal Alchemist, the Brotherhood one is a good one. The original was a little. They did, if you know, I know a little bit too much, but they made Brotherhood after the original because it wasn't finished or whatever. But both of them are good. I'd watch both of them. Brotherhood's really good. I'd watch both of them just so you can get a little extra. It's weird. They do a little bit different in the original. Fallout series, yes. We've been Fallout series because I was big on Fallout. I got in Fallout 3, 4, and so I've been watching that. It's fun to watch. Fallout or Full Metal Alchemist Brother has a lot to do with Judaism. Yeah, there's a lot. I love how they like intertwine a lot of that stuff. You learn a lot, even though it's in a fantasy setting. It's pretty cool. What else? What other anime? I mean, shoot. When I was a kid, I watched Ninja Scroll. That's a bad one to watch as a kid. I would not let my kids watch that at the age I watched it at. Attack on Titan was good. I didn't finish it off. I watched the first 2 seasons. Inuyasha, yes. I sometimes go back to that one as like a nostalgia thing. I'll only watch 7 episodes just because I'm in the mood. But I loved that one. Inuyasha. What's the one where the kid's a ghost and he does finger guns? I forgot the name of that one. They came out with a live action version of it on Netflix, and that was actually pretty good. Not Danny Phantom. He like dies in the first episode, and he becomes like a ghost or demon hunter dude, and they like shoot blasts out of their fingers. I don't know. Let's see if somebody can come up with that. One Piece. I haven't seen One Piece. Death Note. I have not seen Death Note. I've heard about it. What else? Trigun's a good one. That's a good one. I liked that one. What was it, like $60 million double dollars? Ghost anime dude. This is how I search sometimes. Ghost anime dude with finger gun. Yasuke Urameshi. What's the show? Yu Yu Hakusho. Yu Yu Hakusho. That's the one. Gosh, that was a good one too. Big O was good. I liked Big O. You're starting to just name all the Toonami ones. I watched all of them. Yu Yu Hakusho is a good one. Guyver. That's the one that got me into anime. Guyver. Bio boosted armor. That was a good one. I loved Guyver. I loved it. I would fantasize as a kid that I'm out there walking in the desert, because that's where I live, not the woods. And I'd find the control thing, and I'd be like, boom, hit it in my forehead so I could become a Guyver. I fantasize way too much about that. I'm like, I get to do some crazy things. Gundam's a good one. I started watching a little bit. Ronin Warriors. You guys remember that one? I mean, I grew up on cartoons, and then I switched to anime. Ronin Warriors. We're gonna do this. Remember Ronin Warriors? Yeah. I haven't seen Dan to Dan. I wanted to because it sounds like me. Bubblegum Crisis. I haven't heard that one. What's the There's a few that I want to watch. But I liked the old art style. I really liked the old art style. They always had that hair. I heard Fist of the North Star was good. I haven't seen that one. I had the video game on Game Boy, though. That was a hard game. Is that one? I don't even know how to say that. Is that a Yeah, it is. What's this? Interesting. Dan. I haven't seen. I mean, there's so many. I did like the Street Fighter movie. That was a good one. I like the Street Fighter movie. What was that? Street Fighter 2 anime. This was a good one. The animated movie. That was a good one. I liked it. Double check. This was a good one. 1994. Had some good music. In it. Why is it only 3.5 stars? It should be 4.5. Had some good music. Le Blue Girl. I haven't seen that one. What's the one? I don't know. It's like the humans building mechs to take out like angels. Not really angels, but they're like extraterrestrials. And I got the light. I forgot. They like built a bunch of like Gundam like things. One thing I liked. Anybody have Amazon Prime? Yeah, Evangelion. That's the one. Yep. I heard that was a good one. There's a lot of philosophy in that one. That's what I heard. I've watched a lot of like story lore on YouTube about that one. There's what was I saying? Oh, so Amazon Prime. So Secret Level. Anybody watch Secret Level on Amazon Prime? if you like anime or animation. Yeah. The Warhammer one. I go back to that one when I'm like angry or I want to have some kind of emotional, like action-packed punch. I watch that one. That's a good one. Sifu, that's a good one. On the secret level, you would like that. I mean, all these are based on video games, or like board games and whatnot. The Sifu one is good. I mean, all of them are pretty good. Warhammer's really good. The Unreal Tournament was fun. New World was cheesy. Has Arnold Schwarzenegger voicing. It was still cheesy. Armored Core, the Armored Core one was really good. I feel like they're missing one. Oh, more episodes. There we go. I want to say Honor of Kings was a good one too. These were fun. They were fun. Love, Death, and Robots is a fun one too. I want to Pluribus. I want to see Pluribus. I heard it was good. I heard it was really good. I heard it's interesting, but I heard it was good. That's gonna be something I do want to watch. So there's a few shows. Don't spoil it, Hog Rider. But it's from the writer, director, producer, blah 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 from Breaking Bad. He basically created another smash hit. Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul created another smash hit of a show. Different. From what I understand, there is some kind of aliens or virus involved that makes things weird and awkward. Shrinking's a good one. I watched the first 2 seasons. I heard there's a third. I haven't seen the third. I definitely enjoyed. I mean, it's basically a therapy speak in a show, and it shows all the different emotions and how people handle them, different stages of different things of, developments, and it's really interesting to see. Because it's one thing, because like all those things that you see in the show Shrinking, you see in regular shows, but they don't really walk you through it. So like if you watch a regular show like Southland or whatever, and you'll see the characters acting a certain way, but that's not the central point of the show. The central point is like whatever the theme of the show is. And so Shrinking is literally the same kind of show that you would normally see anywhere, but the theme of the show is psychology. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. That Time I've Reincarnated as a Slime is a great one as well for the nerds. Wait, what? It would be dope to see a collab with Tremoto. I did, Dark Flame. We did it's in the Smart Writer crew in the classroom. I believe it's in the field manual. So maybe I'll put that out as its own thing. But we did a seminar. I did post it on the YouTubes. We did a seminar. And I took I explained how to take a helmet off. So he's unconscious. He's not breathing. I already did the full check because I'm worried about his bleeding and everything. So we did a whole little seminar. It's pretty cool. It was a great experience. We did Michigan State University. Collab with Motostar. No, I don't know where he lives. It'd be kind of cool. It'd be really sweet if he produced the videos like he does now and just like does it for my channel. That'd be sweet without the logo, but it is what it is. Doesn't really matter. But it'd be pretty interesting. It'd be cool. Like it'd be really cool to be able to give him materials so that he could do what I do. But then I'd put myself out of a job. So, it's like the MMO of anime. Wait, what? Yeah, Vince Gilligan. Yeah, for Pluribus. Yeah. So I'll give you the link. So it's in the crew thing, but you have to be you have to pay for that. that's why I think I need to move that out. Let me just get you the link on YouTube so you can have that. It's an hour and a half. It's a seminar, so it's not like a condensed video. Let me get you the link so you don't have to look for it. I'll post it in the. How come it's not giving me a search option on my? Normally, get inside YouTube Studio, it gives me a search option for my videos. You know what? I bet you if I could just do this, DanDanTheFireman and Tremoto. DanDanTheFireman and Tremoto. Boom, got it. Boom, there it is. There it is. There it is. Boom. Yeah, no problem. That's the thing is I try to post things that like this kind of stuff for free. Like the only reason it was there is because I wanted it to be with, where is it at? I gotta get going. I wanted it to be with the rescue booklet. So it's you get the downloads. I put it in here so that you have a little extra, but I might move it to some like a new thing. Let's go ahead and let's delete this. We don't need that right now. I might put it as a new thing. But there you go. But yeah, we have a bunch. We have a bunch in here. We have a bunch in here. It's almost 2 a.m. Dude, get some sleep. Get some sleep. Get some sleep. But yeah, it's a really good.
We're gonna get right
into it. We spent a lot of time together the weeks leading up to it to develop. Let me just see if I can pause it on the right spot. So we developed this together. So this is kind of like the rescue card. It's a nice little flow chart of what to do. It's a little bit extra because him and I worked together on it, and we created this.
Hitting us. Could have him walking up to him, he's baby, he's walking. That we are not. Take a picture of this.
So we came up with this together. It's kind of like the rescue card, right? Secure the scene, call 911. That's remain calm, ensure your own safety. And then the stop major bleed, stop major bleeding. That's that. But we added in check breathing and check pulse and CPR. Collab with Ryan F9. That'd be fun. See if he'll ride all the way down to Tucson. He just did like a whole ride, right? Did a crazy ride. But we came up with this. This is more in depth. I think this, like the rescue card, is a great basic. I think what we created together is a great advanced. Even it's not advanced as in like you're gonna know everything. It's just advanced compared to the basic. It's more information. We worked a lot with P March Pause, which is part of tactical emergency casualty care. So we did want to include breathing and pulse in CPR when it came to like something a little bit more advanced, a little bit on top of what we're doing here on the rescue card. But it's kind of the same thing. Rescue is just easier to remember. Yeah, perfect. So Dark Flame, you would like this. You would like this this seminar. It's not like a quick. You want to see some gross? Too late. Yeah. It's a little gross. But we're talking about what you do in this situation. It's like bleeding is kind of controlled. He's not bleeding out anymore. It looks like it clotted up. That's what a clot of blood looks like. It's not bleeding anymore. So what would you do? Tourniquet or wound pack? You can't really pack this wound. There's nothing you can do. You apply a tourniquet up there. So that's why we're talking about it. Bad things can happen. I'm going to take that off the screen, guys. Sorry about that.
I say that because Cat Gen 7, if you want to show them like how that
something like that. So you're coming up, you're just gonna wrap it around. Very simple. I don't want to get the mic. And you tighten it as tight as you can. This part is very important. You don't just put it on, because then you're gonna turn this thing. You want to get it as tight as you can. And then from here, if you notice, there's a little thing called a windlass. It's a little fun thing right here. You just twist it. It should take about 2-3 twists.
I tightened it.
You see how hard? Like I'm doing it on purpose because you see how hard you have to push and pull, and you lock it in. Ooh,
that is tight.
You lock it in right here. What I like to do, and we're going to demonstrate a little bit more. Usually on the arm, you have a lot more of this thing. Well, it's just Velcro, so it can get ripped off accidentally. Oh gosh. Put it in there and wrap it over. And at this point, you write the.
So I want to make a video.
The cool thing is that these comes with.
I do want to make a video that, you see how it's kind of blurry because I'm zooming in a lot. I do want to make a video that has a little bit more clarity of it, and that's gonna be what I'm going to be designing for the academy. Something a little bit more clear, better camera angle, something you can see, just so you guys have some of this information. And we're talking about packing the wound. We go through everything. And we went over writing scenarios like we do here. And we used each of these writing scenarios to explain what to do. I show you how to take a helmet off. And we talk about CPR. And then we were just answering questions. And this was hard to see. But you see how far the camera was? I had multiple cameras. We had Michigan State University, the MSU Moto Club, participate in this. How you doing, Genetic? We're just now finishing too. But we had a great time doing this. And I would like to do more of these. I would really like to be able to. That was part of why I created this book. And it's the reason why it's like this landscape format, because these are all slides. These are PowerPoint slides. So I want to be able to host a class and be able to put it on the slide and show people and just host like, here's how you ride. Let's go out in the parking lot and do it type of a thing. But I also made it to where you can do it at home. That's the digital version that comes with that slide, the PowerPoint also. But I want to be able to teach to motorcycle clubs. I want to be able to come in. Hey, we're going to do a bunch of drills. We're going to do these proficiencies. We're going to do these like fun little certs. Boom, 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 boom. Done, done, done. I think it'd be a lot of fun. A reason I love the advice keeps the knowledge fresh in mind. And that's the big thing. We were just talking about complacency on the crew. If you get complacent, like I learned it 3 years ago. I don't need to even practice. I learned it. I was good then. I'm good now. No, you can find out how rusty you are. So continuing education is great, not only for your skills, but continuing education really is good for your brain. It's so good for your brain. It actually helps prevent Alzheimer's the more you're trying to learn constantly new things. So that's why I do what I do too. But with that said, guys, I'm going to be heading out. I have some editing to do this week, so hopefully I'm going to get some of these videos out soon. But with that said, I'm going to go ahead and go for a nice little walkie walk with the doggy dogs. Okay, guys, thank you guys for being here. Join the Smart Rider crew. Links at the top of the chat. But with that said, I'm going to be taking off. Thank you, guys.